Now, at this point in time, you would only see this ugly mug and this ugly mug. But tonight, you see this one too.
Yeah.
That's because my ass drove up from Kentucky to
My ass drove down from Northeast Ohio.
Yes.
To Nerk.
Yes. So and we met in between in Glick's
No.
makeshift
Just the
studio
Nonsensical
living room.
Network Nerve Center.
Yes,
Yes.
the Nonsensical Studios. Whoop, whoop. I mean,
Right.
It doesn't smell weird at all. I thought for sure it would smell weird.
well, I tried to clean up a little bit.
No, you succeeded.
I did a little. I took a shower.
Fabreze.
But tonight on Nonsense and Chill, we got an awesome fucking surprise. We're having a movie night. We're literally playing a full-length movie because we have the permission to. Because we're not only watching the movie. I keep looking down at the mic.
Yeah.
Why am I doing it? Stop. Camera's up here. Hi, camera.
Don't look at
Because,
the camera.
right? Because tonight we're having a watch party with the crew and cast of the movie.
What are you doing, bud?
Daylight to Dark. So before we start rolling the movie, I'm gonna start rolling our guests up. I'm gonna start rolling, starting with Jake C. Young. He is the director and also stars in the movie. And I will let him introduce himself.
What was that?
No, he's got the. No, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Jake. How you doing, buddy?
Hey guys, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
What a handsome fella. You should be on this casting couch with us.
Oh boy.
Do you really want to be in the business?
Jake, this is your first time on the Nonsensical Network, especially this channel or this show, Nonsense to Chill. Tell us just a little bit about yourself real quick before we get plugging on.
So I am I'm a writer. So I probably shouldn't start with that. I'm a director and I'm an actor. I've made like 6 feature films that are currently available. Some of them kind of went in the trash bin, but no, I got the opportunity to direct this film and actually star in this film, Daylight to Dark, and this was a very pivotal film in my filmmaking career and endeavors. I've been doing this for almost 10 years now, and I think this was something I've been waiting a really long time to pull off, and a character I've been waiting to play for a while. And I got the chance to do that with the help of some really talented individuals who are going to be joining me here tonight.
Yes, which we're going to move on to Rollin Jewett. He is the primary writer, and he also did the so this is a spinoff, correct? It's a spinoff of an American vampire story.
American Vampire.
Yes. Rollin, welcome to Nonsense and Chill. I know you've been up on the network with Glick before, so welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us a
Great to be
little. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's great to be here. Glick, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing, bro? Long time no see.
Yeah, great to meet the other 2 of you guys. I haven't met you yet, but it's great to be here tonight. Thank you.
Trust me when I say you don't want to meet us. This is as close as you want to get.
I do want to say
I don't have all my shots.
I do want to say congratulations on all the music nominations for the awards.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Okay, sorry about that.
Nope, you're good.
I was going to say congratulations on all the nominations for the music this year.
Thank you. Thank you.
you
I
got-
appreciate it. Yes, there's a lot of great things going on right now. So musically, film-wise, stage plays as well. So it's been a really, really great year so far.
Awesome. Rollin, again, everybody, Rollin has been up on the network before. He did an interview with Glick. Highly recommend checking it out. I also recently watched an interview you did a few months back with, oh my gosh, his name escapes me, but it was On Stage Podcast. Very informative as well. You guys go check that out. A lot of background information on Rollin. I'm sure some of it was brought up on Glick's interview as well. Dude, very, very, very fascinating career you have. Say,
I've been all over the place, man. You know,
Yeah.
never on one thing, so I just decided to do everything I wanted to try to do, to with mixed success. But I'm still trying. I'm still trying to make a career out of this and enjoying every moment of it, because I just love to create movies and films and plays and music, and I'm all over the map.
It's great to hear. Creators got to create.
It's true.
yes, he wears a lot of different hats: writer, actor, singer, songwriter. But all in all, you're just a great entertainer, creator, all around, just magical person, my man. So
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
How did you two link up?
Jake, you want to take that one?
Yeah, so Rollin and I had kind of, I guess you'd say we kind of floated around each other a lot in the industry, kind of like in a roundabout sense. And whenever I originally had kind of spawned this idea, I had this idea. I was like, okay, I want to do something with cowboys and vampires. And so I was like, what could that do? So it was in talks about possibly looking at doing something and remaking the American Vampire movie, which is a cult classic. And were thinking about it, and we had reached out to Rollin, and I'd spoke to Rollin, and as that kind of came about, they were like, nah, this is not it. So I began to start developing a treatment and kind of come up with an idea. I was like, what if this was like just a spinoff in the same universe? I sent the treatment to Rollin, and the next thing Rollin gets back with me, he's like, whoa. He's like, this is material, he said. And I was like, well, what do you think? And the rest just kind of happened. It was one of those things that like it just happened and everything just went. So it was a combination of just kind of knowing Rollin in a roundabout way, and then fate kind of took over and had us to morph things together.
Awesome. That's a cool story.
I want to thank both of you for joining us tonight. What's that, Rollin? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Jake, look at Jake, and you see a young Clint Eastwood, right? I mean, that's what I
He
see.
said that.
I wasn't gonna bring that up yet. I wanted to get the movie rolling. I had this 4-name nickname for Jake when Michael and I both watched the movie already, and we recorded ourselves in our reaction. So if anybody's listening, you guys want to go sign up for a Patreon, you guys can go check that out.
Definitely.
It was we did not trash the movie.
Loved it.
It was great. It was awesome. We laughed along with it, and we joked along with it too.
Well, to build upon what Jake was saying is that, I'd known Jake for a while, and we had been Facebook friends and stuff, and talked a little bit here and there. But Jake would post these pictures from time to time, like with a cowboy hat on, or like with a picture of Clint Eastwood or something. And then I always thought, Jake really needs to do something as a Clint Eastwood, like, bounty hunter or something like that. That was before we even talked about doing a movie together. I thought, he's got the look for that. And then when he approached me about doing this movie, and he mentioned cowboys and vampires, like I have experience with vampire movies because of American Vampire, but I'd always wanted to write a Western. And I've seen every Clint Eastwood movie, probably every one of them, at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
And I just thought, this is the perfect vehicle for Jake. It's the perfect situation for me, because this is something that I want to write, because I've never written a Western. I've written a vampire movie. I know the lore, but the idea of mashing those two things together was just irresistible to me. And so, I bought in immediately. And then when he sent me a treatment that was like, 50, 60 pages of like really, good foundation work, where I could go in and flesh it out and do what I like to do, which is, work on characters and motivations and fill in a lot of the backstory and that kind of thing. It was just a perfect union for this situation to come about. So it's been great.
So just real quick, going into the movie, I had never seen before. Didn't really look into it. I didn't even realize it was a spinoff from an American Vampire Story. But when Michael and I was watching, I made that comment. I was like, dude, this is like a Western. This is,
Pegged it.
I was like, this
like
is
a modern
a
take
Western.
on the Western.
I was like, this is awesome. It's dope. I love it. I do want to bring up our other guests. We have two more cast and crew. Drake is in the house. Drake, welcome. Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going great. I am so glad to be here. I've been so excited for this event. I am an actor in this fantastic movie. I play the character Mason, who is undeniably the most badass character that's probably ever been created. He's a really smart, intelligent, handsome kid, kind of like me. So playing this, it was meant to be. So I'm just thrilled to be here and a part of the production.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, we got one more person waiting in the back. Adriana.
Hey guys.
Welcome. How are you?
I'm great, especially after Drake's introduction. That was
You kind of stole the stage on that.
I love you. No, that's amazing. But hi guys, thank you so much for having me.
How do you guys get together often since the set wrapped?
No, actually we don't. I honestly haven't seen Drake since we wrapped. But Jake and I have actually just recently finished a different project together. He just can't get enough of me, I'm just saying. So it's just but so I've had the pleasure of working with him on a different project. So we are from different areas of Kentucky, so we're not necessarily close to one another, unfortunately. But so it's always a pleasure to see them as well, every time.
Well, I'm a shameless self-promoter. I'm going to pitch myself to you guys. If you ever need a background actor or anything, any kind of acting you need, I have a IMDb credit. I was the voice of the villainous Corrado in the terrible, terrible thing. It's called Maison Magique 2. It's my least proud thing I've ever done, but it did get me an IMDb credit. And
Congratulations!
I hope you go listen to it sometime, because none of the choices were my choices. I was being directed to do what I did. Just so you know, I was being directed to do what I did there. And I was a vampire. I was a zombie extra in Hell Van, made right here in Ohio.
Cool.
Very nice.
Impressive.
Before we get rolling,
The most sarcastic impression ever.
before we get rolling, I want to give a shout out to everybody in the comments right now. As we're rolling through this watch party, I can't say that I'm going to be able to bring all the comments up and hit them up. Glick and I are going to be working that as we go along. But for people, also, you know me, I am a stoner. Glick likes his beer, so by all means, man, you got that joint you want to spark up, crack open that beer, get that popcorn ready. We're going to roll in this movie here in a moment. I just want to give one more thank you to all of y'all joining us tonight. Glick's here and already. This is going to be a fun time. Again, Jake, Rollin, Adriana, and Drake. The whole Jake-Drake thing is confusing me.
Yeah. It stays that way. It doesn't get better.
Fair enough. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and start getting into this. All right. This is my first time doing this. How we do? You guys want to just comment during the movie?
I would
on certain scenes. If anything pops up that if there's a story you want to tell, let us know. We'll pause it. If you have any like specific things you want to comment on a certain scene, by all means, don't hold back.
Well, I have one very important question, and I feel like I'm going to get the answer. I already know the answer. Does one very important character make a return in this movie? I haven't watched it yet, but is my man Bogey in this movie or nah?
You gotta watch it, bro.
Yeah, we got the information.
Wait.
Jake knows story, baby.
Have you
Jake
seen
knows
the
story.
trailer? Have you seen the trailer?
I have.
Okay.
Enough said.
Yeah. Okay.
So listen, if you guys have questions too, and you feel free to pause it as well, we can answer your questions.
Absolutely. God, I wish I would have went back and watched the commentary on it.
So we actually were able to get this vehicle here,
Gentlemen,
by this guy who kind of helped off and on set that we know, and he's the type of guy. He's like
the one I used
if there's something that needs blown up, he's like, I got dynamite. So
Everybody needs that friend.
What
Yeah.
are you doing? Get off
How do I become friends with that? Is what I would.
Well, I was going to say, I worked with explosives in the Air Force. I can be that guy too. I'm just saying.
it was really random, and I was like, okay. I was like, let's do it, let's go. So he's like, he's like, we need an old car. He's like, I know a dude with a Camaro. So I was like, game on.
He sounds like one of those guys that you want flames to come
Let's
out
go
of
out.
your exhaust pipe. He's the guy to go to.
You got it.
So it's really weird for me to watch this after doing the director's cut because, like, I know there's stuff that's supposed to be in here that's not in here now. So I'm like trying to figure out what's.
When's the director's cut come out?
So I don't have a tentative release date on it yet. It should be very soon though.
Lucky Jay.
So I've been running around doing like behind the scenes producer stuff. I heard you guys briefly say something about the director's cut. Are you going to go like full on Zack Snyder with your director's cut of this movie?
Yeah,
It's going to be like a whole new movie?
pretty much. So, like, some of the people on here have seen different parts of the what I called the extended version. Like, the first version of this movie was like 2 hours. So, but now there's even more like scenes that got filmed that didn't get put in the movie because of the runtime. But now that the director's cut is coming out, like, it's gonna be like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You're gonna be like, what the hell? Yeah. So,
You got to dedicate some time. You're gonna have to
oh
dedicate
yeah.
a day to watch it.
Yeah, this is one, every time a new character is introduced, there's like a whole intro on it, and you're like, what the? Yeah, it's y'all are gonna. I think
Did y'all
everybody's really
shoot
gonna
down
like
in
it.
Florida?
Do what?
Did y'all shoot this down in Florida?
No.
How did you get that manatee zone sign picked?
The what?
Manatee zone. There was a sign right in the opening shot. It said manatee zone.
So there's this really cool thing called stock footage.
I'm gonna have to introduce you to
Yeah.
You got to do what you got to do,
Listen, like almost everything in a movie like that is like a background shot, unless you just tentatively go and shoot that, it's all stock, like every bit of it. Like that's Hollywood, that's indie film, that's almost all of it.
Hey,
Which
Jeremy,
I'm sure Rollin could probably attest to this as well. Oh, look at his credit. Look at his credit. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So the guy who wrote American Vampire.
I love your titles.
And that's another thing about this. That's another thing about this movie is it's got a great soundtrack. We had so many people put songs into this thing and offer songs. It's just it should be on its own CD. There should be an album with this out with all this great music.
Rollin, I have to say you're the most professional gentleman I have ever met recently in my life. You're just crisp and cut. and I mean that with much endearment.
I take that as a very high compliment, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
When I was listening to the interview with you, I was listening to the interview on stage, and I was sitting there listening. You said you're into crooner music. I wasn't really sure what that was. You started bringing up Frank Sinatra and stuff. I was like, that makes so much sense. It's like you have that air of like gentlemanness of you. So yeah.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yes.
I do try. I do try.
Vampire Troubles. expert today.
Helsing Exterminator.
Hey, anybody in the comments as well, if you guys have any questions about the movie and stuff, feel free. This is a watch party. That's what we're here for. God bless it.
So that sign ended up going to this kid that was in the movie. He's a great kid, and the sign ended up going to him. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So
Did it really? That makes
Yeah.
me happy.
I have no
little
idea.
one?
It's cool.
Already tried that, Mason.
The little kid.
yeah.
I
He
love
got,
his line.
He was a sweetheart.
Oh, yeah.
he's great. His whole family. He's
Yeah.
a really cool kid. Really talented.
And you think I do? Like,
Bryson Repka, right?
Yep. That's him.
Besides, you're the one
Really,
who
really
said the
cute
back
kid.
row would take us out of
He's
town.
awesome. He's my little buddy.
Didn't it?
Well, we're lost.
Okay,
aren't
so
we?
this
not
sister
lost,
and
damn
brother couple relationship.
Couple.
It's really awkward at moments. in
Siblingship.
time.
Yeah, I know.
I personally was wondering when the girl was going to get stuck in the dryer and the brother help her out.
So
I have a feeling I know what the porno Jake likes.
That's that kind of movie, man.
wait. Okay.
It's a
was
Daily
this
After
scene-
Dark special cut.
Oh God.
They're legitimately always fighting. Do you have
No,
any
it's-
idea how
It's
embarrassing it was when I
they
finally
have a
took
very
Jerry to go
interesting
meet them?
dynamic for sure.
5 minutes later, they were in the kitchen.
I gotta
arguing
blame
about
that
the
one on
topic.
Rollin. He wrote it this
Hey,
way.
now.
I love
I
it.
just
though.
said the
It's so
lines.
great.
Yeah, but they can work it out, right?
So fun fact, Drake is actually driving
Listen.
during this scene. Like that's
Oh,
all
brother.
legit. Like that's not just green screen.
me
He's
give you
like
some
driving
advice.
around in a parking lot.
That
Like
doesn't
which
It's
is
like
so
gas
cool.
being
This
used.
is circle.
Yeah.
I only
Was
ran
this all
off the road.
filmed in Kentucky?
Ow, screw you.
Do what?
Was this all filmed in Kentucky then?
I'm sorry. Jerry was a piece of
Well,
shit.
yes and no.
But he
So
got up before you said
the
I
first
did.
time I ever actually met Rollin in person was at a con. That's actually there's footage of it in this film, and that's the first time I met Rollin. It was down in Tennessee, and the first time I ever meet Rollin, I'm expecting, I was like, this guy, he gets me, and the first time I see him, he's like wearing this cowboy hat, and I was like,
Where the hell
that's
is that?
him. I was like, that's my guy.
Just go find a gas station.
Hey, I came to represent Daylight to Dark,
Yes,
the
you
whole
did.
Cowboy
Yes, you
Western
did, and it was awesome.
faction of that. But yeah, it was at CreepyCon in Knoxville, Tennessee. It was a great time, and it was great to meet Jake.
I've never been to a con.
What?
Really? That's
There you
great.
go.
Never been to a con. I've always wanted to go to a con. I've been wanting to go to like at least a comic book one and a horror one.
Of course not.
They've got
Especially
plenty in Lexington. Yeah.
How to get back on the interstate.
like was it
See if they have a bathroom.
Astronomicon? Whatever that one is, that's one I want to
Thanks.
go
And
to.
hurry.
So, fun fact, Drake, his mom was a prop master in this film, and she helped a lot with production management. She actually does a lot of cons, and Drake has got to do he's got to meet a lot of really cool people. I'm jealous because he's got to meet a lot of really cool people from that connection that go into those
Humble
cons.
brag. Yeah. I think my favorite had to be
Not here.
probably Bruce Campbell. If you've ever seen Evil Dead 2,
Yeah, it's on.
that's my all-time favorite. So to get to meet him was awesome. So yeah, go to a con. Put it on your bucket list.
That's one of the reasons. That's why I want to go because there's
Hello?
people I want to meet before they kick the bucket.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
literally, I just met
Terrible.
Chevy Chase
I
like
heard
a
he's
couple
a
months
swell fellow
ago.
in real life too.
What about Chevy Chase?
I just met him a couple of months ago at a con, and it was
Yeah,
awesome.
what's your impression of Chevy Chase?
Gotta go.
So
Got a customer.
There it is.
that's hard
I
to
want
think.
that thing. I
Yeah.
want that prop. I want it.
Oh,
The hairpiece?
Name your price.
I don't know what
It's
I have
gorgeous.
no idea what happened to that hairpiece.
Oh
Jay,
man, I want it.
Just
so
look at
bad.
wig on Temu.
What can I do?
Was it just like rubber band on?
Well,
Like it just
You mind if I have a seat?
I honestly don't know how it came about because originally he was just going to wear a hat, and I was
my
like,
sister got
nah.
lost.
The script says
We're
used
on our
car
way to
salesman.
that.
Well, he's got to have it
Bar.
too.
Dude,
Big.
it, that screams used car salesman. You nailed it.
We just need help getting back to the
Yeah.
interstate.
Yeah,
Not
really did.
many travelers out this way, son.
He's
And
great.
we don't get.
Look at that handsome mug.
I never got
That's so
around to
funny.
putting up one of those.
at
He's
first
so
I was thinking like he
angled
was
shot
the guy that
dish
was
tower things.
feeding the
God.
people to
I
vampires.
might have
Yeah,
a
he's like
Interesting.
secretly
Okay.
Dracula.
Yeah. It was the name that threw me off.
Good God. Map this. It's Google Map before cell phones.
And he's helpful too. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Get your man who does it all.
You all were talking about going to cons. Just a quick plug. Make sure that you go to see Felissa Rose at one. I'm filming with her now, and she's just an amazing human being.
Oh, you're filming with her?
Where is that
Mhm.
thing?
Oh my God, I've met her
Gotta be
several times
around here
before.
somewhere.
She's amazing. I'm filming a project with her right now, and Lisa Wilcox. So
Wow.
Lisa's sweet
what
too.
she
Yeah.
played in.
Felissa is in
Here we
Sleepaway
go.
Camp.
Wormwood.
That's her most
Off the Route
that's her
66.
biggest one, and then Lisa's is Nightmare on Elm Street.
This is a little
seen
outdated.
Sleepaway
It's from
Camp.
1950s.
Okay.
Oh, Sleepaway Camp is so
But
good.
I'm sure you can find your way.
I
So you
worked
have
with
two
Lisa.
connections with Nightmare on Elm Street now.
Well,
Yeah,
thank
right.
you for your help.
Fun fact, I
Love your
actually
office,
worked
by the
with
way.
Lisa,
Really like your,
Danny Hassel,
plan.
and Mark Patton, all from
do you
Elm
have a
Street
bathroom?
on a film, and they
Nice.
were
Nice.
awesome. They were
There's
the
also
sweetest
refreshments.
people to work with.
In the
I mean,
bathroom?
just cool. And then,
Yeah,
ironically,
there's a
now we
tasty
got
little blue
Tuesday.
cake
You know
you
that
love.
we're doing. It's like
We're gonna go
this
through
whole
the
thing.
Full circle.
Yeah,
Robert
they
Williams
like to
next.
dart. They like to dart too on Elm Street.
Hey, did they have anything?
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
They had a map.
There is a lot of
Yeah.
empty wall above
Oh
us.
boy.
That's because there's a lot of big guts below us.
But it might get us on the right track.
I can.
Thank God. Did they have a bathroom in there?
Oh, yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Day.
Go ahead.
You know,
Go
GPS.
pee. And let's
can
get the hell out
readjust
of here.
No worries on
I
that.
think Drake is actually looking at like a magazine from like his
Be right back.
so. That's actually that whole thing was filmed in a newspaper
Centerfold.
station.
Centerfold.
It's actually a nudie mag.
Is it an actual? It's no, it's not.
No.
Fabulous 50s gals.
No. God.
I do the same thing whenever the truck runs out of gas.
Excuse me, Mr.
Renfield.
Right, Redfield. Is there a mechanic in
When is
town?
the Renfield solo movie
There's
coming
a
out?
leak and
Oh,
it's a long drive.
The
Ooh.
Renfield solo movie.
Well,
Yeah.
you're in luck.
Ooh,
We
kind of
got
like
the
a
best
Better Call
mechanic in
Saul
town
sort of
for
thing.
you know, that's it. That's it.
$1 million idea right there.
At your service.
Was the car ailment written in, or did he ad lib this?
Which part?
The car being broke down.
What's
So
broken
that-
on the car?
Yeah, so Rollin actually he wrote that in the story. Like
And
this
we
is
love
this whole
that
thing
thing.
is this whole
The
thing
whole
is
ailment
very
of the car.
true.
Awesome. Loved it.
The whole thing is very true to Rollin's original story because it was so great. Like how do you
So,
pick
what
what
do
to
you
just
think?
throw away? You know?
Well, looks like you kids have a cracked flodge moister.
Okay, so who came up with that made up word? By the
What was
way,
Rollin?
it was wrong.
Yeah, I got that from my uncle, believe it or not. Years and years ago, he would throw that out there, flodge hoister.
Well,
And then there's a hyperdopical condenser, which I think that came from something somebody said in high school.
but
I just threw those in there, you know, because I knew it was gibberish. I knew the guy really just
a couple of days.
wanted, you know, them to stick around, so he had to make up something that they wouldn't know.
Yeah,
Loved it.
What if we don't
that's
fix
the
it?
muffler bearing.
You won't get far with a cracked
I'll definitely go to a con with Rollins at. That's awesome.
far
Yeah,
will we
Rollins
get?
the man.
Carlos, big friend of the show, big friend of me
5
personally.
miles,
Great guy.
maybe 6,
Front man for the Southern Outlaws
and then
band.
you'll be
Great
stuck
guy.
out in the middle
Oh
of a
yeah,
bumfuck.
Harless is awesome.
Middle of bumfuck.
Rollin does a lot of the.
Sorry, we're-
You've done a lot of the cons. Like
But
you're kind of all over
You
the
can either
place.
stay in
This
your
guy
car.
never stops, man.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, man.
I can rent you one of
As
our
many as I can do, that's how many I'll do. I
What's
was
up,
blessed
Wally?
to do a few of them. One around here called Triangle Terracon, which was a lot of fun.
Well,
And of course, there was Phoenix
there
Fear
she
Con,
is.
and a couple of them have gone like they don't do them anymore.
news.
So
This is the last cabin.
they're not making money; they
Bad
drop
news.
out. But the big ones are still around.
Yeah, she may not look like much, but she's got some good bones.
This fair
Me
con.
too.
Yeah.
That dude's suit doesn't even fit him.
No, it's like so tight. Yeah, we got his stuff at like a Goodwill, and we deliberately bought it small so he couldn't
Viola.
clean it.
Honeymoon suite.
I was like,
As you
appreciate
can
my
see,
wrestler.
We have a modern kitchen, all new appliances. We have a lovely sofa when you.
So is
you know.
outside of horror movies, have you guys
And if you
worked on anything
No,
else?
sister, you do.
Well,
Got that right.
I'm about to
don't
outside
ask,
of horror
don't
movies.
tell. Makes it even kinkier.
I have
You
a
go down the
Christmas.
hallway,
Yeah,
you
I
get
have as well. I have a
double
Christmas
bed,
movie that's out right now as
water
well.
bed.
So
Might not
Like
look like a
straight
water
up
bed, but
like
if you sweat enough,
traditional
it's gonna be water.
Christmas or like
Now,
yeah, so it's
the bed
traditional.
also
Like it
has
could qualify for Hallmark.
5
You know,
Okay.
like it's one of those heartwarming.
It's
So it's a
softer
complete
than
polar
satin
opposite of my horror films.
And also, when you
Fair
lay
enough.
they're so soft,
New typecasting
makes
for
you want
you.
to purr like a walrus.
Drake, you said you were working on you
Oh,
worked
why?
on other things outside the horror genre.
I would love to. I honestly, I want to play a really bizarre
How?
role. I don't know what that is yet, but I want to go like outside of my comfort zone. Just do something weird, like kind of A24 style
We all
movie.
know why we're here.
I'm just all about the really
Thanks
bizarre
for meeting
abstract
up on
movies.
Wormwood.
Kind of like an Art the
Cops
Clown
get
or like
There's
what
too
is
many
it?
of
I
us
feel like I could be freaky enough to be art, maybe.
Feed on with
Like
Yeah,
4 feet shorter, but
We had a good
my nose is just as big. It'll
but
work.
it's time to make a move.
Spalding.
Oh,
Yeah, this
Sig.
I get that a lot. People tell me I look like
Been here
Captain
for
Spaulding.
Yeah,
Oh,
Captain
you kind of
Spaulding.
do sometimes.
Like an off the wall kind of
Yes, I get
Do as
me
I
into it.
say or suffer
Sig,
the price
Sig,
of
Sig,
disloyalty.
Sig, Haig, Sig,
Sid
What
Haig.
price?
Sig,
What
Haig.
should we
Yeah,
call
yeah,
you?
yeah.
Sid.
Sid
Sid
Haig.
Haig.
Yeah.
Recently got
So-
years ago.
And
I
keep-
done a movie
as they
about
say,
Daniel
they kill
Boone a
even
few
on
years
your
ago.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was not a non-horror film, but it
Anyone
was
else want to
Was
it was
meet?
different. Like I
This
had like
part
super
shocked me in
long
the movie a
hair.
little bit. Your guy committed diablerie there. That surprised me a little bit.
Okay,
Do
well,
what?
when we're watching this movie, apparently I find out that Michael knows vampire lore and law. It was a learning thing for me.
Diablerie, a vampire killing another vampire. That's a no-no.
That's a thing.
Yeah, he's a bad dude.
Well, fun
I'm going
fact,
to
that
town.
scene
Can
that
you
it
find something
just
fun to do
left
past
with
the
all
time?
the leather
You can
jackets
come with
was
me.
a nightmare audio wise. I want everybody to know. Like it was
We're
don't
doing
move
a
your
tour, dude.
arms, don't uncross your arms, don't like it was stand still because we hear it. And it's like
When did
Yeah.
you become such a sour
So
Listen.
frankly, I had that issue so often.
Fun.
So Drake and Audrey done an interview,
were fun at
and they were
parties.
like, every time there was something crackle in the audio, they said Jake
You have
gave us
no
the
idea
look,
how
and they're like, what was that look? And they
That's what
said
I
it was
mean.
the
all with the doom and gloom.
Yeah, kind of Jake stare. Yeah. You never want to be
I
the victim
do
of
know,
that. It'll
Bridge.
change your life. I've never
Yeah.
felt
Gary,
in my
you're
entire
an
life.
asshole.
you get the Clint stare.
That shit happens all the time.
it's real, guys. It's
Yeah.
That's
real.
life.
Yeah, I think Drake said I thought he was going to tell me to get off his lawn at one
When you're
point.
home from
He was about to
Now,
shake his
Summer
fist. It was
activities
terrifying.
For the first time.
I know
Yeah, that
Rollin
one.
has worked on other things
And I
outside
had
of
the
horror.
guys buying us
um,
both drinks and
Sean.
the most expensive things on the menu.
we were unstoppable.
Anybody go look up his resume.
Yeah.
Bodyguards in there.
No, Bodyguard's in there. Miami Vice is in there. He's
There's
done
no reason we still can't do that.
So,
It's our vacation.
fun fact about this scene,
And who knows how many more
originally,
of us.
the brother and sister were supposed to pillow fight each other.
Live a little, Bridge.
Yeah, we got
And
that.
it was
too.
like,
wow.
it was
What
very
do? I'm gonna go out into the shit
awkward.
Town
So
and
we
fuck
had to
myself.
cut it because it was so awkward. So he says this line.
Does that answer your question?
I'm not gonna pillow fight you.
Have it your way.
Maybe one of those brothers is
This is feeling a real really Alabama.
Implement the plan tonight.
It was very
And we
I'm
know
glad
it
you
was
guys
strange.
decided
It was a
to go-
very
It's
strange
a real
scene.
nightmare.
I'm glad you guys decided to go without the pillow fight. Yeah.
But where would we go?
That would have been the true horror.
enough,
Screw the
right?
vampires. There's something way worse going on.
We're looking into housing development.
I feel like I should be watching this at like 1 or 2 in the morning on a
I believe
scrambled
all
TV
our
screen. You get the
resources
scrambled
should be able
Cinemax
to
back in the day.
upgrade to our situation.
Like, what are you guys doing? You didn't sign up for this.
No, I got to plug. I got to plug a friend of mine and a friend of Rollins as well. Bo Haas, who wrote like a lot of the music in this. Him and Cindy Lou, they wrote a lot of music for this film, and man, is it phenomenal! And I mean, they are some of the best songwriters and music producers I've ever had the privilege of knowing. Rollin knows them very well too, and I have nothing but good things to say about them.
Yeah, they're awesome. And I told them about this movie, that I was writing this, and Jake was directing it. And they said, "Hey, is there any way we can get involved in this?" And I said, "Well, why don't you write a few songs, or if you have a couple of songs that would fit a vampire cowboy movie." And literally, they wrote several songs, at least 2 or 3 songs, specifically for this movie. And the one that you just heard, Cowboy Vampire, was one of those songs that he wrote for this.
Here's y'all's boy Jake.
Who's this handsome devil?
With his hairpiece.
Say what?
There it is. There's that Eastwood squint.
Wasn't that called like?
I mean, it's uncanny. It really is.
I know enough.
Or some shit like that.
Enough not to say anything out
How was I calling them?
or for free.
You guys talking about Bo? Hopefully, I got to reach out to him. Hopefully, he'll be a guest on Rick's House of Music at some point in time, because
Disappear.
Rollin spoke very highly.
Like them.
And I
Yeah, you got to have him on. He's a great guy. He and Cindy Lou, you should have both of them on.
Start off slow.
For sure.
As friendly and as genuine as it gets.
Folks you want to think twice about.
Yeah, that fucking toupee, dude.
Need it. I want it so bad.
Toupee is too
So what
bad.
brings you
I was
out?
going to say,
Not too many people
I'm kind of with Audrey here. I kind of want Jake's hair.
Hunting
hair. We can get Mike's
Well,
Renfeld's hair, and I can
hope
get
you're
Jake's
lucky in
hair.
the last few.
So Jake, I got a question.
This
for you.
place.
What's up, man?
Cowboy hat back
How
on.
do you
One way or another.
how do you channel your
You know,
inner
I used to
Clint
be king of
Eastwood
this town.
so well?
It used to be called.
Well,
Linfield
okay, so
after my family name.
it just kind of happens naturally,
Before
but
they
there is
turned it into
so
Wormwood.
Clint and I are actually
When was
distant
that?
relatives.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
It all
So
started with
we're
the gas
actually
station, a
like
couple of
like
cabins
if
in
you
my
trace it
grandpa's
back, like I actually found it. We're distant
Now, I knew
relatives. Like there's
anything.
blood there.
And I
So
knew anything
I
to get
don't
back.
know necessarily if it's just a part of that bloodline or if it's just like the growing up
Like I
playing
said,
cowboys all the time or what it was, but
Yeah.
just something
Turned us
about
all
this
into
film,
slaves.
it just happened. You know what I mean?
My grandpa made
It
a
was
deal.
meant to be, definitely.
Yeah,
whatever
that's
you
what
want.
that's what Rollin.
Don't
He's
hurt
like,
the
what the
Renfields.
hell? He's like, is this like
It's
is
been that
this
way
is
ever
this is
since.
him, right?
I think you would pull like if they did some
They
like
run everything.
historical
big
biopic
guy
of Clint
and his
Eastwood. I think you
enforcers.
would pull it off better
I mean, like a
than
Buffy?
his son would.
Something.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Where do I find it?
Because
Oh,
people tell me they
they'll
say
find
you
you.
look more like him. They're like Scott kind of has his
Are you
own
boys staying
look.
for dinner? We're having
They're like-
steak today.
He does.
Fun
He
fact,
does.
that's
Trend
fun
in
fact.
Hollywood
That's
today,
my wife,
guys,
Karen.
so anyway.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, when I was telling my fiance about tonight, and then here in a few weeks when Jake and I sit down.
Okay, this right here, this Buffy throwback. Was that a purposeful homage to Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done. We
100%.
loved it.
Yes.
So, fun fact,
Been
that's
here a little
actually that's my wife playing that role.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
Oh,
He's
hey,
taking.
hey. It could be fun.
No, what I was telling Nikki about
give it a shot.
tonight,
What else
and
we
then
got?
in a couple of weeks when
Have
Jake
a
and I
roast
sit
at the
down,
cabin.
and I was showing him who I was like showing her who he was, and that was her first thing. Was she was like, "How did you get Scott Eastwood on the show?" I mean, no shade on Jake. I'm happy to have him here, but I'm not that good. Because she was like, he looks just freaking like you. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh.
So occasionally I do go by.
really
I use the
come out at
Eastwood
night.
name for
Sometimes
a
they're
stage
every day.
name. So occasionally I do
Especially if
that.
they see someone new in town,
I mean,
like you.
I can understand
always
it
dress in
considering the
black
system we live in.
and wear
I would
sunglasses.
too. I think.
Yeah, I mean it's It's so I'm going to a con where I'm going to be a
They go
guest
around
like
talking on their cell phones.
it's July the 20th in Fort Myers, Florida. And they've actually got it listed. They're like, meet Jake Eastwood. And I was like, oh man. So I was like, you know what?
Jump on that bandwagon with you, just so you know.
Yeah.
You tell
Hey,
everybody,
you know what?
Hey,
I'll take whatever. You know, I own it. I mean, I love it. I love the character. I love the lore. I mean, it's just so I'm cool with it.
I think I've said enough.
So finding places to shoot all these scenes.
Or something.
Obviously, it was all in Kentucky. Was it difficult? Was there a lot of like community support?
Yeah. So we actually went to Drake's mother actually got 90% of these locations for us.
What?
Yeah, so Drake's mother, who worked as a production assistant and basically done prop mastering, everything. She got 90% of the locations.
What the fuck is that? Who is that?
Who's what?
Who? Why is that hair girl? What?
Let's keep that.
I think they're talking about me.
Put up every comment. I got the comments for you.
I looked up. I'm like, what? What?
Who was that? Did that say music?
Yeah,
I don't.
It was just a general idea of music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Screw
we all
music.
lie.
Why is this music here?
Yeah,
I hate music.
we all live. Unfortunately, we do get some weirdos.
This location
That's
here is probably my favorite location in the movie. I love that little soda shop or whatever it was.
Mhm.
That little diner. That's such a cool looking throwback place.
I love that
Kentucky has a lot of spots like that.
What town is this?
That's
This
Russell
is
County.
Yeah.
Russell County. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the cool thing about it.
So,
about
fun
the movie.
fact, I actually went by that restaurant like 2 days ago. I was there, and me and my family, we went out and ate. We ate at another restaurant right beside of it. It was like shut down, but it was cool seeing it again.
Nice.
So who is this young man? Where'd you find him?
Hey, kid.
That's
Oh my
Bryson Repka. He's the one that got the sign.
Russell County's like fucking
Listen,
40
Liam,
minutes
you're a
from
kid
me.
Like you probably sees and hears.
Maybe
everything
maybe an
that's
hour and
going
a half.
on.
All right, about an hour from me. Russell County's not that far from where I live. Holy shit, that's
I'll
crazy.
wrap my bike close enough to hear people talking.
Yeah.
So this little guy is actually from Knoxville,
Listen to me,
Tennessee.
showing
Came
off little
all the
rock.
way
Have you seen
down
anything
to
or
Russell
not?
County, Kentucky, just to shoot this scene.
Oh wow.
I didn't know
He
that
was
somehow.
so sweet.
I'm learning.
Oh,
This is
He's
great.
the best. He is the
And
best.
then, he also came to CreepyCon. And we got
Yes.
to meet him at CreepyCon as well. So it was cool taking pictures with him. And
He came to the premiere of the movie. I mean, fantastic people. That's okay. So
National Dark Room.
yeah, you got it. You got the reference.
Throwback.
Walker.
I forgot my
An
knife.
Easter egg.
Well, go
Yeah.
get it,
So,
dingus.
fun fact:
Okay,
do you
okay.
recognize the guy that's talking?
Not right off the top of my head, but hold on a second.
So in Dark Room, he was the one that actually got killed by the guy wearing that mask.
The first guy?
Yeah, and that was Drake in that scene with him in Dark Room.
Oh,
yeah.
Was that really Drake? Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's a real good friend of mine. That's Gage. Yeah, he's an incredible actor. He does a lot of stage plays. I mean, you give him any assignment and he'll take it up just like that. Even if it's getting stabbed in a movie twice in a row, he'll do it without complaint.
And he's part of Lindsay Wilson Players, which is actually where I got my start on stage. So yeah,
Is that like a local theater group?
it is. It's part of Lindsay Wilson College up in Columbia.
Okay.
So they do a whole like summer program and everything called Theater Fest, which is basically like community theater. And but now it's like a minor and a major, like it's its own thing now. It didn't used to be, but their program up there has absolutely blown through the water. And I like getting updates from Gage on that. So
Yeah, we've got a little place
Yeah.
here in
He's
my
awesome.
town where I live at. It's called Licking County Players or something like that. But they're
oh yeah,
they link up with Denison College and stuff like that, and they put on some really good shows. It's just in a hole in the wall
That was just
building,
a cool scene.
and
Right.
really good shows.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
So
He
this
looks
is
very
really
good, handsome guy.
Did you
Yeah.
see who that was?
Yeah.
That handsome son of a bitch.
Well, the scene before that was actually a really cool scene. I dug that scene.
That had the Duke of Spook in it.
Yeah.
And he was the host of CreepyCon, and he's incredibly talented. He's also a filmmaker as well. His name's Chris Bell, I believe, right?
Yes. So,
And then,
and if you like that scene, you'll definitely love the director's cut.
Okay.
Oh yeah. It definitely builds on that.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
Rollin.
for sure.
Rollin, I noticed you took some creative liberties and reinvented some of the vampire lore, especially the daylight part.
I did, and I did the same thing in American Vampire 28 years ago.
Yeah.
That's bold, sir. Very bold.
Thank you for not making
I
this
just decided to just throw out the book and just say, you know what? That's all a bunch of bullshit. That doesn't work.
I even say that. We threw that in as a line. I even say that.
Yeah.
And as a
We were back and
director,
forth talking about it when we were watching it the first time. That's why he brought it up.
yeah. As a director, you don't know how incredibly thankful I was for that, because that saved us from having to get everybody to come out at nighttime to shoot.
Night shooting is a nightmare, right?
Yeah.
Especially you gotta have a special lighting crew and everything. It's like,
Everybody gets to keep their bedtime. It's okay.
but hey, as long as the vampires have sunglasses on, it's all good, right?
Yeah, they just don't like sunlight. They don't mean they burn in it, right?
They break out in a horrible rash.
Yeah.
That mean bunch.
They
You're just
sparkle in
glad-
the sun.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah, how
just
they get away with it, okay? It's Twilight can get away with it, we can get away with it.
Hell yeah.
I can't look at this brother and sister without hearing dueling banjos.
Sweet home Alabama.
Yeah, right.
Maybe
Roll Tide,
David,
baby, roll
Ross, your brother and
Tide.
sister.
that's what it is. The Kentuckiness bleeds through. That's what it is.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, insult much.
Maybe a little close to getting a little close to West Virginia. There is that what it is? Kentucky and West Virginia. They kind of
There you go.
Hey, but this scene is pretty cool though. We had the premiere of the film at this same place.
We're obviously not
Nice.
making it to the music
Oh,
It looks
yeah.
like a cool bar. It looks like a pretty cool bar.
It was a really nice little place.
Yeah.
Okay, so this whole part confused me. There for a little bit, I forgot this was being taken place at a con within the movie. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, it was HorrorCon.
Okay,
We're still at the
but it
con.
looks like they're at like some very boring music concert that I would avoid.
So if you look when they run into this con, they go to a place and it says VIP
Is it
section.
exactly
So they're in the
what
VIP section.
My brother
of
and
the
I broke
con.
down a little bit back.
That makes sense. Okay, I missed that.
Yes.
Didn't really pack
That makes
anything
more sense.
for this.
That's good. I like that you don't look like the rest of them.
Now this guy, he done a fantastic
Thanks.
job. Wade, this was his
So,
first feature film.
What's
He's a major in Eastern Kentucky University in film, but this was his first feature, and he
Distant
kicked ass.
relatives. I'm flat.
He was
He's a
very
cool
good.
dude, too.
It's
He's
nice
such
to
a
meet
cool
you.
guy.
The pleasure's all mine.
All right.
I'm the only one that knows this is not at
How
all
about I show you
a
around?
condemnation, but
I would love
his
that.
accent
But I
changes
should really wait on my
throughout
Right.
the movie.
Yeah.
So-
Gone long.
Did anyone else catch that?
Yeah, so we actually done that on purpose because he
Nice.
starts with this British accent, and then when he gets really angry, he gets more of that Victorian accent, like Vlad the Impaler.
Well, the dude's been around for 1,000 years. I mean, you pick up different accents depending on where you live.
He's got to practice his non-regional diction if he ever wants to read the news.
Multiple.
Hey, so-
accents.
So I'll tell you guys, during his original audition video, we had him to do a table read after we'd done the callbacks. So when he done the callback for this, the first line here where he's like, "Are you having a good time?" He goes, "Are you having a good time?" And I died. I fell apart. I was like, bro, what is the letter of the day? What is
Yes.
the letter of the day?
Thanks, job.
One.
Yes. I was like, you cannot go straight into it with that accent. You got to gradually get to that. It was awesome.
Man, it would have been amazing if he did.
Extra
Oh man. Like
Because
me
you're
and like two of the other
vampire?
interviewers, like one of them got up and left the room, like because we were laughing so hard.
So I want to ask you guys with this movie compared to, and this is more for Roland, for American Vampire to this movie, were you trying? Was it going more of a little bit more serious approach than the first one? The first one was fun. It was just a fun movie to watch. Not only
Yeah,
that,
I would definitely say that. You know, there's more. It's a little darker than the other movie.
Yeah.
Than you know, we have less less jokes, I guess, a little bit less humor that's more slapsticky in this one. It's more subtle humor in this, and then it goes a little bit darker, I think, on this one.
I think the first one definitely fit into the era in that late '90s and stuff like that. It fit in really well.
But I'm not able to write something that doesn't have comedy in it. So
Yeah.
Best bathroom scene ever.
Right.
Someone said it. Thank you.
I love doing that scene with Drake was hilarious. Like,
I had way too much fun telling that. I was
He goes, hell yeah.
I actually made it down to Bonnaroo the last 2 years.
unfortunately, he doesn't remember it when it's all over.
I know, darn.
That would have been the best memory of his life.
So that scene was supposed to take place with a different actress. So we ended up having some scheduling conflicts. So I immediately, like the day that she couldn't make it, I called Audrey. I was like, Audrey, I need you. Like, and she showed up, and luckily she saved the day. But I was like, I need you here like today. I was like
a real hero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was like, I got you, and she showed up.
Got
Saved
you.
the film. Yeah.
Nice.
Not all heroes wear capes at the end of the day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
It was
Some of
really
them have
good too,
fangs.
because
Some of them
was
be in a
consistently
bowl
throughout the whole movie, so it actually really worked.
Yeah, right.
And what
Do
kind
what?
of lifestyle would that be?
I said because you did these extra
Living on the
scenes and stuff, it made you more consistent throughout the whole movie.
So you're
Absolutely, it did because Lilith didn't even have a name in the original idea with the movie. Lilith was just basically like a background, like she was a one-liner and was done, and then it was just
Speaking of,
either the need popped up or the idea popped up about, well, this would be a good addition, who can we have do it, and it was ooh, we can make this character do this instead. And so it just made her a much more strong character in this, which of course I loved for multiple reasons, but ultimately I just really loved what she grew into, because it started off not being that, and then it just snowballed in the best way.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I think she started out as vampire number 3 and then
Yeah.
evolved into.
Went up to number 1.
Yeah, I love the character. Her character is just so
Yeah.
solid in this
Oh,
story.
It is a very strong character throughout the
One
movie.
vampire.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and we had never worked.
This is really
Yeah, well, we had never
Well,
worked together before, and if I'm not mistaken, it was like a friend of a friend that suggested me to them, so they were taking a risk on somebody they didn't know either, and so then it just kind of, like I said, snowballed, and we bonded and hit it off, and everything was just, the rest is history.
Hell yeah.
For anybody wondering if you're watching right now, if you're wondering what we're watching Daylight to Dark. We got the writer, director, and cast members in here hanging out with us. Thank you guys for being here. But you can find it on Prime Video right now for rent or to purchase. It'll be coming out on the TUBI eventually. And they've got Blu-rays available as well.
As somebody who likes watching movies from time to time, TUBI is a fucking amazing.
TUBI's great, man. I believe I watched. I Well, I know I'm watching Jake's movies right now on Tubi.
Yeah.
I'm doing my homework.
I feel so bad for Drake's
Yeah,
character.
I
He gets the nookie, and then is told to forget about the cookie. That's just not right.
Humane.
Best night of your life.
Fix it in the director's cut. Remove that part.
You. I have been looking.
Man, I'm looking forward to this director.
That was just pure out. That was all out of jealousy from Drake. That's all it was. He was just jealous.
I know. I tell myself that every single night.
Okay.
He's like, we're gonna go ahead and put this ad in here. He forgets all about it.
I'm good.
Still, whenever we were filming this, I was listening in on audio, and I hear him go in the bathroom and like his jacket, and then all of a sudden it's like,
We should go.
okay, I think I'm done.
Whoa.
No.
That's
Oh,
fun.
We gotta
great.
pick up our
That was hilarious.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was a really fun filming day. Yeah. All the background actors, they are all so good.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ella
like-
was super nice.
Were they
I
saying
almost thought that, I almost
rhubarb?
thought that was Sig.
Yeah,
Sid there for a moment. Sid. I went Sig.
Sid.
Sig.
All back in the back.
Sid. Isn't there somebody out there by the name of Sig? S-I-G?
Yeah, that's Captain Spaulding. Isn't that his first
No,
name?
it's Sig.
Sid the pig.
Yeah, it's Sig.
He
Oh,
has
Sid.
sensitivity.
There's you go. There's Pew Pew.
It'll be hellacious good time.
Did you guys notice or, take note of
Maybe
the
another
fact that the
time.
vampires all have like black leather jackets and white t-shirts? So they, represents that they're part of a gang,
A gang. Yep.
Which is pretty cool, I thought.
This is a nice little homage to like the 50s greasers and stuff like that.
And that was the original idea because they all kind of look like that because that alludes like that's the era they're stuck in. You know what I mean?
You guys got me
They
thinking.
peaked in the 50s, man.
What the?
Yeah, even the map that they had was from the 50s. I mean, nothing has changed in this little town for 70 years since they've been there.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah. You went Grease.
That's
Nothing
why they
against.
can't get like cable and internet and all that stuff,
Yeah.
Hey, from what I heard, John Travolta's a pretty cool dude.
Oh no, he sounds like a great guy. But I'm stuck in the horror genre. You went Grease, white t-shirts, black leathers. I went Stephen King. Sometimes they come back.
I went Grease.
Yeah. Nothing against Grease. I love the movie. I love the soundtrack.
Well, I was trying. I
And
was
to be
thinking.
fair, a much better movie than Sometimes They Come Back.
Grease.
You're not wrong. Rollin, being the writer and stuff, were you on set for a lot of this?
Do you know what you've done?
You're just like,
You
here,
wanna
I
come
just
look
need
at
to
it?
figure
No,
out my scene.
unfortunately, I was not. This is the first movie that I've done where I haven't really been on the set. Unfortunately, I would love to have been there, and it's just I work a full-time job, so I have a family, so it would really have been very difficult for me to do that. But Jake and I conferred a lot about the script, and I trusted what he was going to do with it. And he was very communicative and sent me
Forgot his knife,
dailies
so
and
send him back to the
pictures
car to
and
get
stuff
it.
like
And can
that.
you believe he
And I was very
never
confident
showed back up?
that my vision
I
was
know,
going to be
for
on
real.
the screen. I mean, our vision,
Naughty,
really.
naughty,
And
boys and girls.
it is. It's all there.
Isn't
So
it past
I'm very
your
happy with the way
bedtime?
it turned out.
I was going to ask you
Isn't it past
if
yours,
he
little
if he
man?
lived up to the
I
vision
never
you
seen
had.
it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Nice costume.
you're talking about a budget
Just
that's,
missing one thing.
it's
Yeah,
very
what's
difficult to
that?
do a movie at all.
A vampire.
And a low budget movie is just constant
You know what
challenges.
Dracula means?
Something comes up almost every day,
Douchebag?
or you have to improvise.
It
Like,
means
you have to
devil,
call Audrey and say, Audrey, can you play this
which means
character
I
today?
am the devil.
And things like that happen
And
all
you
the
are
time on low budget films. And, this turned out actually a lot better than I expected even. Just because everybody pulled together so well. I mean, he had a great team. Everybody was like on board, and you could just feel the camaraderie and the teamwork that went into making this film. So I'm very happy with the way it turned out.
It does seem like the chemistry on set, and I'm sure Jake will probably contest to this, was good. It seemed like everybody got along, had fun.
Speaking of chemistry, here they are again.
Perfect chemistry. Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
I'm a 12-year-old at heart. I'm sorry.
No, it was everyone done a very good job on playing their roles. And even some of the stuff that was just up for surprise, ultimately it was very difficult, not gonna lie. I mean, I was there every single day. There was not a day where I was like, okay, I don't feel good, can't show up. No, every single day I was there. And it was rough because I would see some people would be like, nah, not today, man, or like somebody would get sick, and sometimes everything felt like it was falling apart. But like Rollin said, ultimately everyone really chipped in and showed up, and not only did they show up, but they performed, and that is what makes these people true actors and true entertainers, because they went through some grueling things. Like one day there was like 100 degrees outside. They're out there just shooting.
Oh my God.
I mean, it was, but they delivered. So I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Stay back.
Another fun fact: the actress here had to have 2 haircuts to wear that dress.
What?
Yeah, what?
Short dress.
Oh, jeez.
2 haircuts. Hey,
Lost me there for a moment.
sorry. I'm 12-year-old.
I don't have enough weed in my system. Rollin, you made made mention of a low budget film. A lot of times I appreciate low budget films more than I do high production movies, especially when it comes to Hollywood nowadays.
What
It seems like so less is put into what makes a movie good, the actors and the writing, and
Jonah Helsing,
the people giving in their all, not being overshadowed by CGI and Michael Bay type explosives and shit. So,
it's a whole different thing, and the amount of commitment that goes into a low budget film, because the people that get involved in low budget films really love and want to make films, and it's more of a visionary type of situation with 1 or 2 people, maybe the writer and the director.
You okay?
It's pretty much their vision that you see on screen. It's not done by committee like the studio films where you have 10 guys in a room and everybody has an idea and they try to please everybody. This is more of like, a couple of people's visions and, their commitment to making something that they would want to see. This is a movie I wanted to see, and the way that everything came together was just amazing. And I think that the people who watch low budget movies are looking for something different. They're not looking for a studio film. They're not looking for that polished kind of, community vision, that something that they've seen before over and over again. They're looking for something a little more specific.
What about you, Victor?
And I think that's the allure of a low budget film.
Yeah.
Apparently the new guy.
Another question I had: Jonah, the first name of Van Helsing, was that a nod to Jonah Hex at all?
Sure.
I said the pause means a no.
I have no idea who Jonah Hex is.
I know who Jonah Hex is. I didn't really put that with 1 and 1, but you know what? It works. So
Sure.
He had that Western vibe too. That's why I asked.
Love Rasta.
Right on time.
Well, Jake actually named that character, so you must have had something in mind, Jake.
It just kind of happened. Oh, you know what? So actually, I do remember.
Just let us know
I had
when
written
you're finished.
a treatment for this, and the character's name was Jonah, because in the original idea I'd had, he had talked to this girl, and she's like telling him about these Bible stories, and he's like, I like the story about that guy in the whale, and she's like, Jonah? He's like, yeah, that you can call me Jonah. So that's kind of how that came about.
Okay.
I like the name a lot because it is to me. I thought it was a nod to Jonah Hex, number 1, but I also thought Josie Wales.
I knew
it. And Josie, to me, that sounded really cool, real cowboyish too.
Finally meet you.
Josie Wales, I knew that. Yeah.
I'm just a little ego problem.
Right? Yeah, you don't see Quentin Tarantino starring his own films.
I don't know anything about having an ego, by the way.
Those are some big shoes to fill.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
This guy was hilarious. I thought.
What is that weapon? That was the question we had.
Someday.
It's a steak.
Yeah.
Nice piece.
I like
There
it.
it is.
Yeah, like
Ew.
it's
Positive
a
vibes.
it's a blunt steak that's evidently subduing a vampire.
That's going to be a really painful steak because it is blunt.
It is blunt.
One chance
There's a lot of force.
What did he do there?
Oh, it is very blunt.
Glad will come for you.
Making weed jokes.
You.
The inhaler in the building.
Grab the inhaler.
Is that it? Guess that's it.
I love it.
Okay, so when this vampire died, like him getting set up like this, he's just like some old vampire that's disabled, that he needs help, and then he gets left in a room, and Van Helsing pops up, and he's like,
Yeah,
easy pickings.
it's kind of like the Jabba the Hutt vampire in Blade. That's like left in the
That's how thing is
closet.
everywhere.
However, the death scene kind of reminded me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the original movie, the one-armed vampire. When she stabs him, he's like, "Oh!" And he's kicking the wall.
Yes.
So in the original story, Vlad was actually supposed to bring him back to life and then kill him again. Like, he was just brutal. Like, that poor guy, that poor old vampire, like, they were just mean to him.
Hey,
Poor guy.
Why he flips so fast?
you.
There it is.
Look at that.
Dude, I need it.
Have your car fixed.
You know,
How can you not know what happened to that? I'm so heartbroken.
the more I see it, the more I want you to have it.
Where's that toupee? This is Jake's on a mission. He's like, I gotta find this toupee.
Jeremy probably took it.
Yeah, we
Somebody
probably either gave it to him or he actually like threw it or something like.
He still uses it to this day.
That thing's going to go for thousands on eBay.
Where did you
someday.
find it at so we could buy a replica?
I love the
aluminum
foil hat.
So,
This was such a fun scene.
have you ever seen my other film, A Night of the Undead?
Not yet, but
So this
it's on
guy
my-
makes a constant cameo throughout all of those films.
This dude right here.
Yes.
Okay.
His name is Tinfoil Hat Guy.
Okay, so it's the same guy. And all
His name
the
is Easter egg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he and Dingus, right?
Yeah. He was
Dingus.
he was also the Reverend in Darkroom.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? Okay. Yeah. That Reverend man, he was something else.
Here's
I
your
love
man,
this guy,
Bogey.
young Ron Jeremy.
I love that character. He played
Oh,
it
and
so
by the
well.
way, you guys see that subscribe? Yeah, you do the same thing for this too. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, flick that bell.
So this guy, Danny Hitt, was Bogey in American Vampire 28 years
Oh,
ago.
there he is. There he is. There's Danny.
And he did a cameo in this movie. Same character.
I fucking love Bogey in the original movie, man.
Just amazing.
That was my guy.
So if nobody understands what we mean by the original movie, of course we brought it up earlier. American Vampire Story. This is a spin-off of that. It's got Carmen Electra in it.
Actually,
It was her first
yeah.
film.
Shout out to Rollin. That was her film debut. He introduced the world to the great, beautiful Carmen Electra. Who
I
still
don't know
looks
if I should apologize or,
No.
You know, I think she was one of the good ones. But I digress. I
She gave a great performance in that
I have a
film.
crush on her, and I'm in my 40s, and I still have the biggest crush on Carmen Electra. She might be a hot mess, but she's hot.
She still looks great, which is
She
incredible.
looks amazing. I follow her on.
Maybe she's a
She looks
vampire.
amazing.
okay?
Yeah,
She has not aged a bit.
In our very neighborhoods,
Yeah.
well manicured.
She's got a great
She's
personality.
a Swedish. I was on the set with her, and she was just as sweet as she could be, at that time.
The comments get
She was very ambitious.
That's my bad. That's my bad.
Very nice.
Sorry, Audrey. That's my bad. I suck as a producer. It's my first night as a producer, all right? No,
You're forgiven this one time.
It's just one time.
This one time. You get one.
I'll accept that. She's got that sweet Southern accent. I know.
Listen, so I have to give it to Audrey for being able to talk in this whole movie with those damn fangs in her mouth. The whole movie. The whole movie, she had them in every scene she's wearing the fangs. And she nails her words. I mean, and like there was no lisp. I mean, she was perfect. So I got to give it to her. Like,
thank you.
Because they were in there like trying to put Bondo and stuff on them to make them stick to their mouth. Oh,
that
man.
was so crazy. Poor Wes was like, I can't get over it. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to do.
People don't realize how difficult it is to get, authentic looking vampire fangs.
Yes.
And how hard it is for the actors to talk.
That's my husband. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I'm sorry. That's my husband. I just locked in the trunk on there.
It's a major thing in vampire movies.
That's normal, surely.
Living out a fantasy there.
This was like a family affair for this movie.
I asked him. I was like, "Can we just leave you like this, all tied up? Can we just leave you like this?"
Get in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I work part time at a liquor store where I live, and there's a drive-through, and you just like you look like one of my customers that pull up like, "Let me get 2 shots of Fireball, please."
You didn't order shots at the drive-thru? Yeah. Are you serious?
Absolutely. No problem.
This is the most Kentucky thing I've ever
We
heard
do.
in my life.
We do slushies too. We do slushies.
Oh, they do slushies.
I love that.
And then if you want an extra shot, we'll put it in
come
there.
on.
They do that in PA where Nikki's
really, it sounds
fiance.
crazy.
She's from Pennsylvania. And her little town, you can go to the gas station, local gas station, and you can get the alcohol slushy.
Oh, dude,
And you
Kentucky's
can
all
buy it
about
by a
drinking
gallon.
games.
You insist.
I'm good.
I was
I'm good right
at this con.
So I look like that type because I would be that type. I would be that bitch that just rolls up and is like, "Give me what you got."
He was
Let me get 2 shots of Fireball and a pack of Litchfields,
Oh,
please.
sorry. I don't remember a whole lot from my
Audrey rolls up and says, "Give me a True Blood."
Yeah.
I think he gave her some sort of
Thank you, sir. Oh my God, you are a gentleman and a scholar, sir.
blood.
You know, this
What,
kind of
like a
reminds me of
vampire
True
or
Blood, like this whole thing. Like it's very Southern vampire.
Sounds
It
It's
is.
very
Yeah,
True
like
Blood.
I could be sooky all day long.
What's interesting is that
I say it's like
I
that, but
actually went
good.
to college with the guy who wrote True Blood. He actually
Really?
developed that. His name's Alan Ball. I went to college with that guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
He
wow.
was a really good guy. I was in a play that he wrote at FSU. That's where I went to school.
That's
And he wrote
awesome.
American Beauty? Won an Academy Award for that. Man, guy's amazing.
I got mixed feelings about that movie.
So I got
American Beauty? Yeah, a lot of people do now.
Yeah.
At the time, it was like, wow, this is something really original.
So, Rollin, I got to ask you, and I asked you this last time you and I got to hang out and talk. What's it like? Because I know we were talking about this this movie in particular last time you were on here.
Vampires can't come
What's it like for you seeing it finally hitting the big screen? It's streaming. It's actually happening. It leaves the paper, and it's finally happening, man.
Yeah. No, it's amazing. It's really gratifying because, I've been in the business for a long time, and I got out of the business for a long time. I was in Hollywood. I lived that whole life through the 90s and the early O's, and I got jerked around a lot. There's a lot of people out there that talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. They offer this, they offer that, they want you to write this, they want you to write that, and then they disappear, or the funding falls through, or there's some problem, or they leave town. You just never know what's going to happen. And the reason I really wanted to get involved with Jake and Kenny and all the
Just
people
my
involved in
ass.
this is because I knew they were going to make it. I knew they were going to make the movie. I knew that they had the crew. I knew they could get the cast. I knew they had the equipment. I knew that they were familiar with the whole Indiegogo thing. They had done 3 or 4 or 5 movies before this, so they knew the drill. And that was the biggest incentive for me to know that, hey, if I write this and I help them with this, it's going to get done.
Yeah.
So
Man.
that's the biggest thing for me is you can talk as much as you want about what could happen, what might happen, but when you get involved with people that actually make it happen, it's a whole different situation, and a whole different level of commitment as well.
Yeah, it's your Kevin Costner Field of Dreams moment. If you write it, they will film it.
I want to this just real quick. This part of the movie, this scene with the sister and stuff, kind of reminds me of Lost Boys, when the older brother is turning into a vampire and he's going through the symptoms and shit. It kind of reminds me of that. Second, will vampire movies please, and no offense, Jake, vampire movies stop using raw meat as like this thing that vampires need? Because there's no blood in the raw meat that we buy at grocery stores.
The raw meat is more of like a werewolf.
Hello.
Dang, not really.
Am I wrong?
Maybe it just tastes good.
Fucking kid.
Maybe.
Where
are you getting your raw meat?
I was gonna say, I mean, there is some, because that's why there's a blood bag underneath it.
That is food coloring.
That much blood, but there is.
There is no blood in the raw meat. No blood's taken out. It's some sort of hemoglobin.
If you want to know what's going on,
that's
my sister is turning.
But it's not the blood.
Well, that's a blood component.
Actually,
maybe that's what they need.
What's in the blood?
You're ruining the movie, you dick.
Well, I can tell you right now, my mom almost threw up at that part during the movie because she doesn't do horror movies anyway. So when she saw that, she was like, "Ugh." Okay.
So fun
What
fact,
was
that was
actually in the container? Anything?
That was actually
never bothered. I love gore.
Kind of handsome.
Same.
That was actually Rice Krispie treats with food coloring.
Very handsome.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had to tell her that, and I was like, I promise it. She's like, I know, but it's the idea, and that I can't. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry.
was pretty convincing.
Oh shit, that wasn't a costume.
Yeah.
That's a Hollywood.
That fucking
classic
shit
right
fooled
there, man.
me. Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's a classic move right there.
I would've been like-
Behind the curtain.
I would have been like, damn, these guys are actually fucking mouthing off some raw ass ground beef.
Cool.
Oh,
Like
hell
you're
yeah.
Cooler.
you're such a sweet.
She's
soul.
risking her GI tract for this
Oh,
film.
you poor buddy. We love you,
Hey
buddy.
man,
My family
some
is
actors will go through some
suckers
shit.
here.
Some actors will.
Oh no,
Right here in these parts.
the battery went dead in
See
the
if I can
camera.
Oh
get
God,
him.
blazing his camera battery.
Look, man.
He's
I'm
got
just
like
What's going on, guys?
raw too.
Nah.
My sister.
They
should
died.
have
She's
done
gonna
this. I need to help her.
Hey, so
I mean,
fun fact, I
why
wanted
her
to
in the
say
first
in
place?
that scene before
I
with
guess he knows
Drake
if
and
it was
Audrey,
Vampire
that was
Bride.
near the end of filming, and that day it was like almost 100 degrees outside.
Dear
So
God.
hot.
Is
I
that
remember
when he
so hot.
changed her into her jam jams?
Oh, we can't.
Oh,
It was so hot.
What do you mean we can't?
it was
What
bad.
It was like, I mean, literally in between
something we can
setups,
do.
I was like, I need to sit in the shade and take off this jacket. I've got to, like, I'm dying.
I was in 3 layers. For some reason, I had the hoodie on, like all the way zipped up. I had a tank top, and then even that
It
sweater.
was so hot.
I just,
My husband's like fanning me.
I'm gonna tell Drake to get his shit together. Like, you never seen a vampire get off before?
He's just easygoing. Mason will never take off that hoodie. Well, because it covers all his muscles, he doesn't want to be too intimidating.
I love how Jake's character just tosses you a towel, like clean yourself
This is
off.
gonna be one hell of
Yeah,
a
get
Yeah.
your shit
Jeez
together.
Louise.
Come on.
I've got one hell
It's
of a
just brains. Get over it. It's just
So
brains.
fun fact,
You'll be
there's
fine.
actually there's more to that scene that you'll see in the director's cut. That scene was actually cut short, but in the director's cut, it's the full length of. There's more intuitive of like when he throws him the towel.
Please
I
stay
can't
in
wait to
touch
see
and let us know when the director's cut comes out, so we can push
Yeah,
that
for
through
sure.
and have we try to get some
I
link.
killed
Like,
2 more of Dracul's men. Do you want
Yeah,
me to
for
intervene?
sure.
I
Definitely.
want to see the director's cut.
This
I wanna see
isn't
it
our
too.
Well,
fault.
I'll actually
As
see Drake and
long
or
as
not
it
Drake.
counts between
I'll
their
see Jake.
kind
God damn it, the
and
Drake and Jake got me.
I
I
want
told
you
you.
to know what you're doing.
I'll
I
actually
want
see Jake in just a few weeks, so we can dive a little bit further into the extended cut as well as obviously all his other films when he comes on Glick's House of Music. Why? Why does one host a music show and have a director and an actor on it? Why? Because that's why.
Hell, I know you're not going to rip my throat out.
Well, Rollin wants what Rollin gets.
Rollin's pulling the
you know,
on the big show.
I think
just so everybody
when we interviewed together, I think Glick, we talked more probably about
Look, the
other
night
things than
on-
music, you know.
Yeah.
Have
No,
you-
Interestingly enough, but it was fun because you know
That started to freak
we
me out.
hit
Of course I
everything.
did. You saw me.
Rollin, which I think Jake you can attest to.
Did someone in
He's
particular
such a good guy,
give
man.
you
When we
anything?
started talking 10 minutes into the conversation,
Yeah, I mean,
we were like two old
treating
friends
that
that
guy.
hadn't
Wow,
seen each other in
Yes,
years.
that guy.
Like
Well,
we
we
didn't
just
even realize
talk
that we
to, you
just
know,
met each
talk
other.
about anything.
God, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
We just talked and had a good conversation, had a good
I
time.
knew it.
This
So
has been
I
a good
knew
hang.
it.
It's like you guys are
What
cool
he
as hell
gave
to hang
you
with.
was some
Yeah.
sort of
You're-
vampire
You
concoction.
made something awesome.
It gives
We
you these
love it.
cravings for blood.
Love it.
Glad
Thank
to
you.
hear.
Okay.
Speaking of
So,
seeing you,
Oh,
Jake, are
I
you
love
going
it.
to be on
You're
set at all
vampire.
for the last block of filming for Last Sleepover?
Yeah, I'm going to try to be. I
Okay.
didn't get to make it on the last one because I
You
had
did
some stuff
not.
going.
Of all the
Yeah, I had
stupid
some
shit you
stuff
could've come
going
up with,
on, but I'm
that's
going
what
to
you
try to
did.
talk to Greg. I'm going to try to
Watch.
be there for sure, just to,
Cool.
even if I'm there for a day, just to meet and see everyone. Because
Yeah,
I
you
don't
need to
want to
see
miss it.
everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't want
you
to
need to
miss it.
meet
But
everyone. They're
Do not
fantastic.
disappoint Lilith,
So I've
Jake.
worked
Damn
with
it.
some of them, but not all of them. So it's all
That was
kind of
me. Yeah.
yeah.
See, I knew it.
My God.
I
Oh my
knew
God,
it.
Mason, what the fuck?
This is good news.
How the hell is this good news?
I know this guy.
This is good
He can
news.
help you.
He's like, I just met this guy. He can help you.
300 years.
Trust me, it all makes sense. I like to think, at least during some parts in the movie, Mason is like high out of his mind. That's just my own little.
Wants you for his
Keep
vampire
hoping that, dear.
power.
Keep
So
hoping
you
that.
can repopulate
Your
the
character
world
does
with
seem like the
ugly
type
little
that would
vampire babies.
partake in the
Vampire babies?
I mean, they're going to a music festival, so I mean,
fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Fair
I
enough.
feel like he's
No,
going to
Mason,
the
what
music
the fuck
festival
are we
just to
gonna do?
protect the sister. This guy just screams nerd vibe.
Look, Fridge,
No, he's going to get the
We're family. we stick together. After all,
what falls off
he's
from
gonna be my concert buddy.
Oh my.
that came out so wrong.
So,
That's not what I mean.
He's not breaking it off. He's just getting the leftovers.
Oh man, leftovers. That's it.
Weird. I paid the bill.
yeah.
What we do here on Fridays, we make it weird.
That's what we do here on the Nonsensical Network. It's not just Fridays.
My ass drives in
Love
from
this guy.
Kentucky to Ohio. It's the first thing
Love
I
this
do.
guy.
Dispensary.
Oh, shit.
Man, this poor guy can't catch a break.
He can't.
Hey, so
Not
fun
with his
fact,
hair or his life.
This is Rollin singing this song.
Don't you talk about that hair in a negative manner. That hair is legendary.
That might
Glorious.
be the problem in his life.
It's a glorious mane.
She's a
Dirty Ari Elsing. Here we go. There we go.
And you're really sure she can help us?
This is my favorite part, I think.
oh my god, I had so much fun getting my ass kicked.
You already
great.
own the hat,
Is this one
Jake,
of those
or
things?
was this a prop?
Who
What is she,
pulls
like,
the flask out
Queen
anymore?
or something?
So there was not real alcohol in it, but there was a flask. Yes,
What was in it?
water.
Got to be hydrated, you know, to
Water.
kill vampires, right?
No, so I can't drink that much anymore because it makes my blood pressure raise too high. So every time I drink, like I start turning really red and like I
With the
can't.
vampire?
It's crazy.
Stop drinking dark liquor and switch to light beer.
In the immortal words of the great blind blessed, who wants to live forever?
Okay, first of all, I had no
I
idea.
worked for a guy in the Air
Second of
Force
all,
like that.
I'm
We
not
called
a
his phone
vampire
red face.
hunter.
He would drink. His face would get bright
Sure,
red.
mine
Yeah.
does.
When I was a kid,
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Not yet. Not yet. You only had a couple of beers.
fell under her spell.
So on the last day of
There
shooting,
was
I
another
took off
thing.
my my hair piece and I'd shaved my beard down, and like nobody knew who I was because when I took the hair off, everybody was like,
Who's
"Who is
this
this
guy
guy?"
who just showed up randomly on set one day?
Yeah, they're like,
Who is
"Who is
why
this?"
is he
Because
telling us to
Okay,
do
you're
shit?
fucking with me.
yeah, every time I would take my hair off, I remember Audrey was like, "Oh, I
Big picture
forgot that
one,
was
this
your
guy was
fake
like-
hair."
Yeah.
I did
Really
it.
convincing wig. It is a very,
I
very
remember
convincing
the first time I saw Jake's
And it
hairpiece.
goes with him. Like
I
it
was
was just
like,
I was just so
how did
confused
you
for the
grow your
longest time.
hair so quickly for this movie? Your hair must grow like a
They only
weed.
use Main Street.
Because I saw you a couple of weeks ago or whatever. It wasn't nearly that long. And he's like,
See?
no, this is a hair piece. And I was like, wow, that is so
Yes.
it looks
That's exactly what I said.
so real.
Yeah.
It was
This tutu pays in the movie the entire time.
That's what I said. He can get the original piece. I've already got the cowboy hat in the bedroom. I can get Jake's hairpiece, and we can just.
Yeah, hey, we're here to see.
I told you.
That's
Cowboy Crush.
that's after dark nonsensical nonsense. No,
Let's go on the fuck out of here.
yeah,
it's getting weird.
that's called daylight after dark.
Neil.
The cowboy hat you wear through the movie, Jake. Did you already own it, or was that a prop?
So I actually bought it for this movie. We got it at Hobby Lobby.
What?
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Hobby Lobby with cowboy hats?
Yeah.
You shop at Hobby Lobby?
Yeah.
Now I have a whole other problem.
I shop at Hobby Lobby. Well, I have to.
Jonah.
So I actually think there was a spoof on set when I was talking, and like I messed up a line, and I said my cowboy hat was $7 from Hobby Lobby, and like I never missed a beat, and like everybody just fell apart. Yeah. I actually said it. I was like,
$7 at Hobby Lobby. Now I'm impressed.
I still have nightmares.
There's even a joke at the end of it when Vlad says something like, bring me his head and burn his stupid hat. I love that line.
yeah. So when we were shooting that, I was like, my hat's not stupid. Right after you said that.
But Vlad would think it was.
You're stupid. My hat's not stupid. You're stupid.
Yeah, my hat's not stupid. Tuesday was so great to work with.
Jake's got real heat with the actor that played Vlad.
That's
That's stupid.
Tuesday, what?
I said Tuesday was so great to work with.
What was your full name, though?
What?
Like you didn't know what you were
Tuesday,
doing.
what was your full name?
Tuesday night.
Involved with a health
Tuesday night.
That's her name is Tuesday night.
That's her name.
Yeah.
Hatred.
She was
Yeah.
in Nightmare on Elm Street 4. She was actually the lead with Freddy Krueger. I think it was called The Dream Child. Or something like that.
The Dream Warriors, I think, was for.
Yeah, Dream Warrior was Dream Warriors 4? That was one of my favorite movies. That's why she looks so familiar.
Yeah, she was Kristen Parker.
The one that was the cutter?
Hold on, I'm gonna do a quick Google.
No.
Her father was a guy named Baker Knight, and he wrote a bunch of hits for like Elvis and Ricky Nelson, and that was her dad.
Wow.
But, she's a really talented singer as well and songwriter. Yeah, definitely
You know
Google
world
it.
words like that.
Cool.
The King Elvis Presley recorded over 600 songs. How many did he write?
I don't know. I don't care. I'm not a big Elvis Presley fan.
No, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was Dream Warriors. 4 was Dream Masters.
Dream Masters.
Yeah,
This
she
is
was
great.
Kristen Parker. They changed because Kristen Parker was Patricia Arquette in Dream Warriors.
She looks so
And-
fucking
And
different, dude.
Tuesday was
From there to
Kristen.
there?
Yeah.
No, she doesn't that much. It's color hair.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah,
She's
Dream
aged
Masters.
so
It was
well.
the same character, different actors.
Look, Lily, I can only say I'm sorry so many times.
I am
So, do you typically smoke a cigar, Jake?
I need your help.
I have been known to smoke an occasional cigar. Yeah.
All right. like, does he know what he's doing with that?
Little town called Wormwood.
The running joke is that he never gets to actually light the damn thing, you know?
I know.
He's trying 3 or 4 times in the movie and he never gets to light it.
Class don't have real alcohol.
Like, I didn't know if it was like, well, guys, I haven't really smoked a cigar. Let's not really smoke it the entire movie.
See, that was the joke. Like the whole time he in the original script, he was finally supposed to light it, but at the end, I was like, nah, like this guy, you know. And Rollin had kind of said, "What if he never gets to smoke the cigar?" I was like, I love it.
Running gag.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, it's one of those things where you're like, he's like, it's like that big
Gunny Hartman had
It's like
the cigar.
Yeah.
And you know, of course, you know, in a lot of old Clint Eastwood movies, Eastwood always had the cigar too. So kind of a play on that as well.
I am the vampire.
That's
spaghetti was more like a cigarillo.
I've got something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had the cigar in Heartbreak Ridge.
You can use it to track him.
So, did you guys notice the AI portrait of the replica of what's supposed to be kind of Adam West from American Vampire?
I wasn't sure who that was supposed to be.
Blaze pointed it out. Blaze messaged me after you guys watched it like the next day.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it. You're like,
it's okay.
I can't believe Adam West was in it. I said, well, he's dead. And you're like, oh, wait a minute. There was like a picture or something of him. And I was like,
So, fun fact, we couldn't actually use the rights of Adam West. So that is a AI rendering of a guy that looks kind of like Adam West. Rollin calls him Adam Not West.
Adam East.
Adam East.
Yeah, it's hard to do this movie and not at least in some way, shape, or form represent the big kahuna. And
oh yeah,
exactly.
100%.
You did a great job with the cameo of Bogey. Like,
did we learn anything?
I was telling Raul when I had him on before, I was like, I remember watching this movie back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and I refreshed my memory and I rewatched it. And I forgot just how great that American Vampire was. It's just a fun movie that you just watch and enjoy yourself. And little vampire, a little scary. And
whose cabin is this? It's a beautiful cabin.
So these are actually they're rental cabins. There were some people who, yeah. So there were some people who had, for the last 3 films I'd done, they're local. They rent these cabins out on the lake, Airbnb, and they decided, we linked up with them, and some of their family members had been in some productions, and they let us use these whenever we needed them. For pretty much nothing, and you can actually stay in these cabins like to date.
Where are the cabins located?
They're in they're in Nancy, Kentucky. It's like right on Lake Cumberland.
I was actually waiting for Drake to go, where's my mom and dad's vacation home? And I was going to become, and then when this is over, I was going to become very good friends with Drake. Like, we're going to become the best of friends. It's just, I
introduced me to your sister.
Whether you like it or not, you're going to be best of friends.
I have to. Like, that's my mom's rental summer cabin.
She built it for the movie
with her bare hands.
Hey, so fun
she
fact.
would. She's great.
Fun fact on this last movie that Audrey and I just did, we actually built the whole set, and it looks like a church cabin, and we built the whole thing out of like fake walls and stuff. So that was
In 15 days, didn't you, Jake?
15 hours.
15 hours, sorry.
15 hours.
I know Mike put.
15 days would be a luxury, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
guy to play a role in your movies. Feel free to hit me up. I would gladly be a tough guy in a movie.
Well, some of the actors in this, and you saw the posters of missing people in the very beginning. Those are actually people that contributed to the Indiegogo, and they got some perks. So some of those missing posters in the very beginning are actually people that contributed to the movie.
I do on-set coaching too, so I can help out.
That's a good way to
You have any idea how
give
hard
them
it's been to try to live life or be
give 'em
happy
thumbs
ever
up
since my
for
wedding was called off.
chipping in and shit.
Yeah, no, well, we've talked about that with
This
Paige.
amazing
Great.
gift. One
Yeah,
that-
Audrey does on-set coaching. Very good.
Thank you.
Bridget, it's mind control.
Yeah, like acting coaching.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I've listened
Yeah.
to you, Mason.
I mean, I could do a tough guy pretty well. I don't think I need any coaching, but on the acting part, I definitely need coaching.
Well, I got you.
Since Glick and Michael offered,
That's what you
I might as well go ahead and
You feel
offer.
like that's
You might as well.
feel better?
You got a whole team there, you know. You got to put the work out, Jake.
I know you literally this episode just created Daylight to Dark the sequel.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't do anything.
I would truly be honored. You know, now to
You'll soon
I've been so excited. Like Jake, you guys have no idea how excited I've been for this movie personally. After I rolling on and hanging out with him, and I consider him a friend, man. That's my brother right there. I've been so excited for this.
You know, that was so cool when you mentioned to do this. You know, I was immediately like, yeah, definitely, I want to do this, and you kept after it. You know, I was like, well, it's not quite ready yet, but you know, we're getting there. And you kept with me, man. You kept with me and saying, hey, can we do this yet? And I'm like, I think we're all just about there. As soon as we were there, I was like, all right. Now's the time, Glick. We got it.
Absolutely
And as soon as it was ready, man, I was like, let's lock it in.
You were on it. That was awesome.
We were talking. He said, how would you feel if we got the director? I was like, bring him on. And he was like, what do you think about the castmate? Because this isn't my show. This is Blaze's show. And I was like, let me reach out to Blaze and see what Blaze thinks. And Blaze is like, the more the merrier. Do your magic, bro. And I was like, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm not a big
This is a blast. I love doing this kind of thing.
good because I'm not a big interview person, but having a watch party
And
where you
bring
just
me his head.
put a movie on, shoot the shit
And turn his stupid
with the
hat.
cast and crew. Like I'm
Oh, it's so fun. It's been
Yeah.
such a
Real treat for us.
yeah.
You think you'll start doing more now?
What's that?
You think you'll do it again or do more?
Yeah, he'll do it again.
It depends. What other movies are you willing to come on and watch with us?
If I have my way, yes, we'll do it again.
Well,
Because-
Jake's got
Steven
4 or 5
Spielberg,
movies you
if
could
you're
do it
listening,
with.
Steven Spielberg, if you're listening,
Yes.
I want to watch E.T. No.
No, like, I'm just like. Typically, I'm not here on
Walkie-talkie.
Friday. Yeah, typically I'm not here on Friday nights. That's why I've been disappearing and doing like behind the scenes stuff, doing like producer work and adjusted mics and doing comments and fixing stuff because like this is their baby. Like I'm excited for these guys and I'm glad to be a part of it. But if they're down for it, we absolutely do it again. And that's why I told Blaze. I said I might have to rebrand my music show and just do entertainment, and then you can do things like this.
You better not be screwing.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. I know Drake was saying it was a lot of fun, and I know Jake's really been, very thankful and making sure to voice that, how thankful we are for you all having us on here. So thank you again. It's been a lot of fun. This is my first. It's definitely not my first interview, but it's my first watch party interview. So it is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What are the odds you amazing humans are going to team up again for another
They're
collaboration?
doing Daylight to Dark 2, the sequel.
What?
And all 3 of us will be in it.
You're dead.
I
Now
don't
save
know
me.
what he's going to do. He's going to be a comedian on stage telling jokes, and I'm going to be the sub guy.
I know a wonderful special effects person that can just put a bullet hole right here, and Lilith can come back. It's great.
If Drake comes back, if Drake comes back, I would like to put in for the job of Drake's bodyguard because he really needs somebody to look after him. He's
okay. And can I get like really like ripped like actually for it and just like wear a tank top all the time?
Yeah. I'll be like,
Okay.
We should.
I know you want to go in that bathroom, but
Let me do it for you. There's 2. You may not be able to.
I got you.
You'll remember it next time.
I know. So we're that's Rollin. That's our
situation. Drake.
that's our sequel material.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we'll make
Okay. Hold on.
Mason is now he's famous writing books about my experience with the vampires.
Yep.
That would actually be sick. That's a good concept. That is a good ass concept.
It's good.
Yeah. So listen. To answer your question, I have dabbled with a few ideas, and Rollin and I have actually discussed later in the life we may or may not want to do a Daylight to Dark
Dude, you
sequel,
totally stole that, didn't
Nice.
you? There's no issue.
and
Yeah.
possibly with all of these same humans in it.
You know,
Oh,
this is
hell
exactly why
yeah.
you get stuck with the
You
wife.
know, I hope it doesn't,
We'll find a way to bring Lilith back.
I hope
Yes!
it doesn't take 28 years, though. You know,
I may have aged a little by then, so let's not.
you can always play her, evil twin sister, Audrey.
Let's fucking
Yeah, you go.
All right,
There you go.
I got you, Audrey. I
twin
got you, girl.
sister.
Drake, I'm out. Audrey,
Pull
I'm out.
that out.
You got me.
That's fair. That's fair. I can't even blame you. Good for you.
Listen, this all depends on the actor's availability. Remember that.
Oh, this line is funny too.
There's always
Fair
a
enough.
montage.
Montage. Always fade to black in a montage.
This was basically the original trailer, the teaser
Yeah.
for the movie.
The
First,
coolest
probably
thing,
the first thing you shot, right?
Yeah, and you can actually, like, Drake looks totally different.
I do. To be honest, I was doing a lot of stress eating at that time, so I almost even look a little bit like, I won't say, but like almost chunkier in this. Like you can see, my hair is like huge.
How do you even feel that in your
How
bag?
how soon after this was shot did you actually shoot the movie?
Gosh,
Please.
that's a good question. Like I feel like it was
About 4 months.
Yeah.
Wow, was it that much? Oh God, that's amazing.
That brings up a question I've had. How long did your original principal photography take to do all the shooting?
10 days.
Fight a vampire.
Wow. Wow.
Right there.
You did a lot
My
with 10
favorite.
days, man.
That's it. That was it.
A lot with 10 days.
Yeah, so hang on. This is great.
It's my favorite.
That was our first thing, like first day of training, first lesson. Throw punch.
Yeah, right.
throw
That's
punch
right.
the kid.
Aw.
Throw punch the kid.
There you go.
You
All right,
get
whose
an onion,
nepotism-
kid.
Whose nepotism is that child?
Happy Halloween.
Garlic.
That's garlic. Yes.
I said an onion. That's my bad.
Close enough.
Yeah,
You gotta
that's,
get
listen.
your vampire lore straight,
Hey, where are
Audrey.
your boots?
That's right.
I only take my boots off for 2
The
things.
hearse.
One.
Okay,
Vampire
I
killer.
dig the idea of LL
You're not my
Singh
type.
driving around in a hearse. Or,
All right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
However,
You're not
it
gonna
just
believe
looks-
this.
You ready,
It
kid?
looks too pristine.
Let's
It
go
looks
kill
like it
some
just
fucking
rolled
vampires.
off
Take it easy,
from
Bronco
doing a
Billy.
funeral.
He likely already knows.
So, you're not going to believe this, but Drake, go ahead.
So my mom may have done a lot for the set, but the hearse, believe it or not, that is my sister's hearse. That's what she drives around casually around
your
town.
Your sister is cool as shit. Just
I'm not going to tell her that. I'm not going to tell her that. It's very nice of you. Her head.
Listen,
Question:
This-
No,
Is she or is she not a coroner?
no.
Maybe in her free time. I don't know. If she is, she's
Wow.
really good at hiding it.
She's
Yeah.
like she works at a bank.
Doubled it right now.
Listen, so like 90% of the time you see me in that hearse, like his sister is like in the back seat, you know, just sitting
Yeah.
there.
You
So like,
put one scratch on this. You put
Well,
Yeah.
it's so funny too because she is super short and super light. She's just tiny, but she drives around that huge ass hearse everywhere, and it cracks everybody up. I mean, she'll go to the like fast food drive-throughs, the guitar store, everywhere in that damn hearse.
Stay away from Dracul.
Does she have a coffin in the back that somebody hides in and jumps out and scares people? Because if not,
She may. She could capitalize off of
It's a
that.
volunteer.
Cowboy.
Okay, you've got an idea.
here's this.
I'm open every October 31st.
Fucking day.
His sister with the hearse. This is an email I got for her.
Hey man, mortuary transport it. Go for it.
Right?
It's that a Holstein tie? Is it a Holstein tie? Like it's supposed to be a black and white cow?
Don't be afraid, my love.
Yeah, man back.
I've loved you for
A Holstein
1,000
or a Stetson?
years.
Hey,
No,
this,
Holstein is black and white. To answer your question,
Yeah,
sorry.
Holstein.
Hey,
Was it?
asshole.
Is that what the tie is supposed
This
to
is
represent? A
great.
Holstein
Corny
cow?
lyrics for Taylor Swift.
I don't remember inviting you to your
He don't
sister's
know. It was just
wedding.
part of his wardrobe.
Then I guess I'm a wedding crasher.
I've got weird questions.
I appreciate your questions, and I appreciate you.
so those were clever lines when Drake is like, "Hey, asshole, save the corny lyrics for Taylor Swift."
We love that shit.
Yeah.
Whenever he
And
told me
then-
that was my line, it's like I've been waiting for that moment my entire life to say that. He was just so right. And then I got the shit kicked out of me. He must be a Swiftie.
Did you really think you could stop me?
No.
Yeah, I just wrote a play based on American Vampire called Those Darn Vampires.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of jokes
You just
about
shoot him
Taylor
in the
Swift
ear.
as
You
well.
all right, kid?
So
Yeah, I totally just took
having
his
a theme, I think.
Yeah, Roland, you're working on when the movies are over. If we got time, I kind of want to bring that up. Roland and his plays. We talked about that on my show. What he wants to do with horror movies and plays, and those darn vampires is kind of that first experience into what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah. In fact, I had after American Vampire, I had thought for years it was a low budget film, not as low budget as this one, but it was low budget.
Come on out, you're cool.
And so when you have a low budget film, when you're writing low budget, you have to limit your locations because you can't just go crazy and have it take place at a palace and then fly to Europe and be under the Eiffel Tower. You have to make sure that the locations are doable, affordable, all those things. When I wrote American Vampire, I set it in like 2 or 3 locations. And I always thought it would make a good stage play. So I finally wrote it, 27 years later, I finally wrote a stage play. And I didn't want to call it American Vampire. That actually wasn't even my original title. So there's a line in it where the guy says, I got to get rid of those darn vampires. So that's what I put as the title. But we just had a stage reading last night on the Kings of Horror channel.
Yeah.
And it went great.
Yeah, I missed it last night. Unfortunately, the anticipation and the excitement of this weekend and having these gentlemen here with me and having you guys live on the network with us. I kind of crashed out a little early, but I got up this morning bright and early and started watching it. I got about halfway through it. And the Kings of Horror did a really good job, man. Shout out to the Kings of Horror. And I know tonight, tonight after this show, they're actually playing a live broadcast of American Vampire.
Nice
on Kings of Horror tonight. So it's a full on vampire weekend for Rollin's weekend.
It's really Rollin Jewett Day.
Yeah,
it really is. My birthday was on Tuesday, and it's like all this stuff is happening, man. For my birthday, I feel so special, so loved.
A happy late birthday to you, brother. I didn't realize you were birthday. Happy birthday to you.
32 looks great on you.
I'd say it's been a really, really awesome, gratifying week. And this is just icing on the cake here.
Yeah, this is a pretty big weekend for Rollin.
It's a birthday watch party.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
birthday vampire. Rollin.
It really is.
Who wants to sing happy birthday?
Shut your mouth,
Definitely to overshadow Glick. By the way, no amount of baby oil is too much baby oil. I'm your guy.
It's at a Diddy party.
Calm down, Diddy.
He was saying something about wanting to try to get on the show. I just want to make sure that they know I bring more to the table.
Hey, here's the part. He almost gets the cigar.
Almost.
Fucking lighter.
You bought that cheap lighter.
Well, shit.
Damn this son of a bitch. I gotta say.
Well, shit, howdy.
Yeah. Congratulations, man. Great movie. Great job, you guys.
I'm going to do
Yay!
Would you like to join?
Yay.
You should have a blooper reel.
I think I want to enjoy the
Daylight to dark, sampling him a little bit of that vampire
Well,
sweet meat.
remember what
Director's
it
cut.
is.
Blooper reel.
Stay too long.
Oh Lord.
or you'll
I
just
love
be
all the way
a long
out on this
time.
one.
Yeah.
I love this. Like, there's behind the screen. See, you didn't even know we weren't on a
A
fancy
little
feed.
shout out to Adam West and the Big Kahuna right here. Am I
There you
wrong?
go.
Now,
The scene.
Adam
and the
West.
shirt.
that I would
Yeah.
get you eventually.
Dig-
So I guess, the cigar thing is kind of like close, but no cigar, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But in King.
Damn.
Yeah.
Such a phenomenal ending.
So, Jake, did you get turned at the end of that? What happened there?
So he just turns into a vampire. Like it's kind of like
You
it's
turned
like
to
one
the
of
dark
those.
side, huh?
Yeah.
Made with a woman who was unclean.
Yeah. So there's actually like an end credit scene on there too. I don't know if you guys seen it.
We
Like
watched all the way through. We saw it.
Okay. So there was like an end credit of like because that was an idea that someone had. Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah, my name's Jerry. I'm looking for my girlfriend.
I love that. That was awesome.
Sorry, there was.
Bye.
Jerry shows up in the end and gets killed by a vampire.
Hey, Cash.
I used
Yes, he deserved it.
Yeah, he was a jerk.
Jerry's a douchebag.
Come on, Jerry.
I'm sure he's a real douche.
Yeah.
We got a guy like that here. His name's Glick.
Yeah, that good guy's a real fucking douchebag. I can't believe
So, yeah, there was a lot of homage to the Big Kahuna, like because Jonah comes in, he's like, "Stop that sucking," and then he's like, and then he's telling Mason's character, he's like, "When I was a kid, I denied my heritage, and like the Big Kahuna took me under his wing." And we Rollin actually come up with this. He said, he was like the Batman of vampire hunting.
Nice.
Well, I was gonna say, what oh my god, my brain's a little fried. But wasn't the Big Kahuna? Wasn't he actually a Helsing?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, so, I mean, at the end of the day, Jonah would just be another descendant. Down the
Yeah.
line. So,
They're relatives,
yeah.
Yeah. So it kind of makes sense. There's a
Yeah.
backstory there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a mentor,
There was so much meat ready to be put on screen. The prequel, the sequel, the mequel.
The pre-sequel.
Yeah. All I gotta say is wait for Daylight to Dark Part 2, where Glick make his acting debut and I resurrect Lilith.
Now we gotta do it.
So good luck,
I'm not on
Jonah
it.
Helsing. You won't get her this time because I'm watching her back. And we're gonna get you, Drake.
Oh, I know that for a second.
Hey,
It's not for a minute.
hey, go ahead. Make my day.
Nice. Do you feel lucky? Punk?
He's bringing the blood. He's bringing the blood. You gotta back off. He's bringing the blood.
I love it.
Yeah, we need. Hey, that's the next line, Rollin. Do you feel lucky, vamp?
Do you feel lucky,
Vlad. You feel lucky, Vlad?
Love it.
What a great night, man. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. I think I speak for all of us when I say
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having us, man. It's been great.
Giving
A lot of
us,
fun.
your take
Yeah,
on
we-
everything. You guys were an amazing group to have with us. Thank you so very
Oh,
much. I'm
thank
so very
you.
honored.
It means a lot.
Hey, this is like a big reunion for us because we haven't
Yeah.
really all got to see each other
Oh, yeah.
together in a while.
Yeah.
So it's like a big reunion for us.
You texted me and you told me
Sorry
about
we
this.
missed your sister, Dell. They're great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's okay.
How
Sorry.
does one get a signed autographed picture of the poster?
One would
Oh,
say
hold on.
one.
Okay, autograph.
No, I'm just kidding.
Jake, can you just show the audience that cool ass fucking poster?
Oh, this the one I just took down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you just take it
The
down.
one right
That's
there.
so cool. That's just, like that just
That
encapsulates
is so awesome.
all together. I dig it.
Such a fun watch. If you want to hear it without us yammering through the entire thing, you can find that on Amazon.
Nah, like
Soon to be
like
here
Michael
on
said, man,
TV.
congratulations to all you guys. Roland, obviously, I've been here since day one. You know, I've been, well, not day one, but I've, you know, since we talked, I've been excited to do this. I've been kind of an annoyance.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, I've been excited for this. But you know, I thought this would be a really cool thing. Imagine that. I was right. I'm always right.
I never said you were wrong about
True.
that.
I've never seen Glick be wrong.
I will say this: we are going to start winding down. So,
yeah,
Audria, Anna, I apologize.
That's okay.
Words are hard.
Well, actually, I was going to call you Audrey because I know everybody else was calling you Audrey, and then at the last split second, I was like, maybe that's not a good idea, and then I fucked it up. Where can people find you? Some other movies you've been in? Just a rundown.
Social media.
Sure. So right now, if I'm not mistaken, my running total is at 8 feature films now. And so they can find me on IMDb. And they're all listed on there and where each one is located, those that are ready to come out. Some are still in post-production. Hopefully they will see the light of day. You know, like Jake said in the beginning, sometimes that doesn't happen, but hopefully it does. And if they're just looking to follow me, I don't have a separate social media for my acting. It's all combined into one because it is me. So they can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I am on both.
What's your Facebook and Instagram?
It's just my name. It's Audrey Kurtzinger. So just AUDRI Kurtzinger. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Instagram is actually still under Clark, which is my maiden name. So CLARK.
Oh, I'm trying to find you and you're confusing me.
I'm so sorry. Words are hard.
Easily confused. Big domain.
Big dumb animal, ladies and gentlemen.
Adriana, thank you for joining us on this watch party. Again, it was an awesome movie. I enjoyed your acting. I enjoyed you being up here with us tonight.
Whoa. Thank you for having us.
Woo-hoo. Blast. Drake, not to be confused with Jake, but Drake. Where can
D-R-A-K-E.
What's that?
What? I said D-R-A-K-E. Not like the songwriter. I'm reclaiming the name Drake entirely.
The real Drake.
As you should. As you should.
Where can our audience find you, my man?
I mean, same thing, really. I'm on Instagram. It's under my name as well, Drake Daffron, Daffron. It's a really weird last name, so if you don't find me, I won't hold it against you. As far as other movies, I was in The Dark Room that Jake also directed. Phenomenal flick. And other than that, in the future, you can see me in Daylight to Dark too.
Spoiler alert.
Dark Room. Man, so is it official? Is it official?
I don't know where I got to get the money.
I heard it
How much
too.
you need, I'll figure it out.
I heard it too.
Lilith gets her revenge. We got him this time. We got him. Me and you, girl. We got him.
Yes, I'm in.
Rollin, this sounds like work for us.
Yes.
Yeah, get to it, guys.
Just finish something, man. Give me a break.
Cal versus Cal.
Rollin, are you ready to write the sequel?
I need a break, to tell you the truth. But you know, I got to recharge, and then as long as we can come up with some good ideas and it makes sense, I'm down for sure.
We're gonna send our treatment after the weekend we spend together.
I hope it's as good as Jake's was when he sent his to me.
I promise you, it will not be.
Where can our audience find some more of your work?
Really, it's just Google my name and all kinds of stuff will come up. It's
okay.
You'll see music stuff. You'll see playwright stuff. You'll see movie stuff. You'll see poetry and short stories. I have 2 children's books coming out before the end of the year. So there's a lot of stuff out there. I've been doing this for a long time, since the 80s, basically, and so just Google my name and pick and choose, cherry pick what you want to see.
Rollin might be a vampire because he don't look a day over 25.
Yeah, you're honest.
That's where all these
You're
vampires
awesome, man.
come
I knew there was a reason you're my best friend.
Okay, brother, I got you back.
We're not afraid to kiss a little ass here on the Nonsensical Network.
And the director tonight, Jake.
And star of the film.
Yes,
And co-writer.
And co-writer.
Oh, Glick's
What can he do?
Oh, he's gonna get taken down by Glick in
no.
part 2. It's on, buddy.
There you go. Glick's got his whole character arc going here.
Yeah, I'm ready.
He does. He does.
It's gonna be a beautiful standoff between the two of us, bro.
He'll be a wonderful heroine.
Jake, where can my audience also find you?
Yeah, so if you guys if you Google my name, or you can Google Jake Eastwood, I'm on Facebook. You can punch it in under Jake C. Young, or you can punch in Jake Eastwood, or you can find me on Instagram, and I'm Jake C. Young _official.
And I'm starting hashtag Dirty Harry Helson now.
Yeah, that's a thing now after tonight.
I'm gonna hashtag Glick versus Young.
Glick versus Young. I like it. I love it. I love it. And again, I am so thankful that you guys had us all on here. It is so nice to see my friends and my co-stars again. Just awesome people. And like I said, we haven't seen each other in such a long time. It feels like. Well, Audrey and I just finished a film that we wrapped together where she actually plays the lead. So it was nice to see her again after that, and get to see Drake. He's always great. And of course, can't say enough good things about Rollin. And thank you guys for sitting here and listening to us ramble about this terrible movie that we all
it's a great, first of all,
No,
it's a great movie, guys.
Terrible, not terrible.
You know, it's a great movie. Rollin knows, like I brought up a couple of his movies, and when he was on my show, and he was like, "You watched that?" And I'm like,
I'm always shocked, if somebody actually has watched something I've written. And he knew American Vampire, he knew who was in it and everything, and I was like, how do people know about this movie even? But I guess it was around back in the day.
And I've always, me personally, and I think you're the same way. You and I are both. This is where we talk a lot on movies. You and I are both fans of the low budget movies.
So just real quick, Rollin, like when I was in the military, like I remember going to Saudi and Qatar, and some of our downtimes we go to the BX, and there was always these box sets of these just like B horror flicks all just packaged together. We got nothing to do except watch movies and listen to music on our own time. So we fucking throw down $5-10 and buy a bunch of like horrors. And we would sit there in our free time and we would watch these like horror movies because it was just something different. And it was it was a great time filler. So I mean, especially B horror flicks have always been like a great thing for me. So
yeah, I mean that's the thing about B movies is some of them are so bad that they're good, and you know what I mean by that.
It's awesomely bad.
You just like the fact that they're so imperfect. The characters are crazy. Maybe the acting isn't that great at times, or something out of nowhere happens that you don't expect, and it's really that's the beauty of the people today. And I meet so many of them. Even at these cons, there's a lot of people come up to me and they said, "Hey, I saw American Vampire with my dad back in the 90s. And it has a special place in my heart because it has memories of me and my dad watching cheesy movies." And that means so much to me because, to be a part of somebody's life, especially a memory with their father that may not be there anymore, or, they snuck up and they turned a TV on at 2:00 in the morning. Their parents didn't know that they were sneaking and watching this movie because American Vampire was on Showtime. It was released on VHS, on DVD, was in Blockbuster and all the stores. So a lot of people have seen it, but I don't know, who's seen it. And just to hear stories of people that remember it, and it just makes my heart full. So
good.
appreciate the guys, the people that appreciate the low budget films.
Roland,
Loved it. I'm a
Roland,
fan.
you honestly, I think you were the anchor that brought this whole thing together tonight. So extra special thanks to you, man. Thank you so much.
I'm just chopped liver over here.
Yeah, right now you are.
I wish we had a bouquet of flowers.
Too, man. It was
Miss
persistent.
Adriana. You always give the leading lady
I just
bouquet
can't
of
wait.
flowers.
I just can't wait until I see
Holy-
Drake.
holy
I can't wait to see
smokes,
Drake on the
man.
big screen in a big budget movie and go, I killed that guy one time.
Oh, I'd let you do it.
And
Only for you.
Audrey, I'll be like, I resurrected her. And Jake, big budget movie, blowing it up, and I'm like, that son of a bitch killed me.
I think
I'm in full support of you. I can't wait for it.
Rollin wrote it all.
Pressure's on, man. The pressure is on.
I love it.
I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there into the universe. It's got to happen.
Now it's got to happen.
Yeah, we'll let we'll let some of the comments decide, make the determining factor on that. We'll see if there's enough.
If anybody knows me,
Yeah, time to get on my other account real quick.
If anybody knows me, I'll push that. I will push the hell out of it.
Except for music's. Music's comment doesn't count.
Oh man, yeah. Well, music is lame.
We brought out the band hammer on music.
Blockback Mountain music.
Outstanding. Great guests. Thank you so much for honoring our place with your presence. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. It's been awesome.
Thanks again, guys.
Again, you need
Thank you. Y'all been so sick. I've had a great time. Y'all are the bomb.com. That's gonna be my new catchphrase.
That's how you know it's
one out just for you all.
Thank you, Drake.
Just for y'all. He just said y'all are old.
The real,
That's what he said.
the real
That's what he said.
Drake. The real
The
Drake.
real Drake.
The real Drake. Thank you.
Hashtag the real Drake.
I'm in full support.
He said
Trademarking it right now.
On that note, I think we're gonna go.
Yeah, she's not too far off. I am gonna go ahead and start shutting this baby
Man,
down.
you're the boss, man.
Tonight,
I say, man, good job, bro.
Glick, you got any last words you want?
I just want to say good job, both of you guys, man. You guys killed us tonight.
We
Thank
didn't
you.
ask. Next question.
You have a question?
No, not at all.
Fuck these guys.
You
They're
got any
both
last
fired.
words?
Effectively
The
tomorrow.
last words? Again, one last time. Thanks to each and every one of you for your time.
Thank you guys.
You
Thank
guys
you.
honor us. Thank you so
Have a
much.
good night.
We
Enjoy the rest of it.
Big fan.
Thank you.
Can't wait to be in
Bye,
the next
guys.
weekend.
Of course, it's nice meeting you all.
Thank you
Take
guys for
care.
having us.
Thank you guys. You guys are awesome.
You guys are
Oh,
amazing people.
You're awesome. Thank y'all again. It's been so fun. Y'all have a great night.
You
Jake,
too, Drake.
Drake, have a good one, man.
You too.
To the Nonsensical Network audience out there, thanks for joining us tonight. This was a first for Nonsense and Chill.
Yeah, man, you guys
And
killed
a
it.
foremost, I think.
Foremost, yeah, this was fun.
You guys killed it, man. Congratulations.
Like,
We didn't ask.
Fucking
I don't
first
give a damn if you
goddamn
ask or
watch
not.
party.
Congratulations.
Nonsense and Chill watch party,
Yeah.
first ever. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I got more weed to smoke. You guys got more movies to watch too. Trivia. Is it trivia next week?
Ooh,
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
Trivia next week. Oh yeah.
Someone's ass going down again.
You're sucking dick.
Wow.
Trivia. Comic book movie trivia, excluding the new DCU MCU.
Ooh,
It's,
new
it's
new
DC
caveat.
EU.
No, it's been like that.
No, excluding new MCU DC.
No, just the MCU.
Like Disney
yeah, the Disney ones.
Ah,
yeah. So
okay.
anything from
prior to Disney.
And it's DC EU.
Oh yeah, it is DCU.
yeah, that's because
It's one thing I love. It's pointing out all the things you do wrong.
You wanted him.
It's out of love. It's out of love. It's out of love.
You vouched for him. I'm just saying, you vouched for him, please.
If I could have picked
on that
somebody to
note,
co-host with,
I got more weed
I
to
would've
smoke
picked
and
him.
more shit to take.
Non nonsensical network, different flavor every day. Movie talks, new flicks hitting the display. Microphone magic, musicians spill the praise. From reptiles to motorsports, burning rubber craze. Football crashes, touchdowns, epic plays. News spinning, catching on the latest phase. Gleaming cars, engines roaring up the pace. Street tales, urban stories we embrace. Tune in, every week diverse. Groove to the beats, let the rhythm immerse. Lyrics flowing, ciphers full of verse. Nonsensical network, feel the universe. Interviews buzzing, stars in the circuit. Worlds a tapestry, pieces we interpret. Hip-hop to rap, the flow never stagnant. Reptilian tales, nature's arrangement. Cars with muscle, engines with might. Motorsports roaring, speed in the night. Discussions heated, always a delight. Network of nonsense, but the vibe's just right. Tune in, wait for that beat. Flow so seamless, feeling so sweet. Urban grooves, rhythm from the street. Nonsensical network, always on repeat.